now that we're a few sessions in, everyone's a little more familiar with the city. Take a moment to recount what we've seen and what we know about Argentum, the city of silver. A city of luxury and art with a bit of a dark history. Argentum sits at the base of the dividing peaks, a mountain range that splits the nation of Lacivit. A mountain range that is now decorated above Argentum with the remains of an ancient dragon. Our group of now adventurers, and already local heroes to a few of the residents of the city, were until very recently complete strangers, all cart-bound for Argentum. You approached the city through a winding mountain pass, saw neglected statues of gods sitting long forgotten on the road towards the city, which greeted you with a bastion of an entrance. 60-foot high stone walls supporting an overwhelming central gate, where you first met the guard and their automaton wardens. As soon as you entered through the gates, you find yourselves in the Ring of Earth, the lowest level of Argentum's tiered city structure. Your attention would have been stolen immediately by the distant, colossal building, the House of Gold, a giant structure topped with a golden dome. The building takes up as much room on the ground as 4 city blocks and towers hundreds of feet tall, taller than even the highest of Argentum's tiered city districts, showing that no one, not even the richest of Argentum's residents, are above the rule of the House of Gold. At the base of the House of Gold within the Ring of Earth, you can see grand gardens, each the size of small villages dense with lush woods, fields of flowers, and bodies of water. As your eyes drift around this district, it appears simple, like a modest town on a much larger scale. The buildings are made of simple wood, cobblestone, and thatch. From businesses to schools to houses, you can see thousands of common folk going about their day, working jobs and living lives that all likely take place entirely within the city walls. There's all walks of life, from cobblers to tailors to smiths and farmers, and kids running around the streets with family pets. Every so often a guard walks along with a stone warden automaton behind them. Kids running up awestruck to gawk at the machines. Life in the Ring of Earth is simple, with simple people who work honest jobs and seem to enjoy their place in one of the largest cities of Merion. Looking beyond that, to the level of elevation further into the city, you can see the multi-layered district of the Ring of Stone. Its first platform, sitting some 80 feet over the Ring of Earth, accessed only by staircase or cable car, is the Low Stone, which, on here, is this little indented section here. Oh. This area of the ring is dedicated to housing many of the city's working class and is the location of a few smaller but high-earning businesses. An area that you all now know is where Sebastian, the voice of Argentum, has his personal office and studio. This area is home to many of the city's working class, those who work jobs in the upper levels of the city, such as guilds or larger businesses. Those whose pockets are a little deeper compared to the common farmer in the Ring of Earth. Another 40 feet or so above the Low Stone is the High Stone, which is this L-shaped section above that. The High Stone is elevated but still considered a part of the Ring of Stone. The High Stone is the city's beating heart. Guild halls, businesses, and workshops line the streets of the High Stone and support many of the city's biggest corporations. From the guild halls belonging to Wyvern's Horde or the Argentum Archives, to the grounds of the Iron Legion, the headquarters of the Gear, and the Bank of the Coin. While the High Stone does contain a few houses for those that need to live close to work, it is the city's business district, a place where many of the buildings never quite seem to be completely quiet, with someone always working away at something. There is another area that is still more or less yet to be encountered by you all, a place tucked away in the structure underneath the High Stone, accessed by the archways on the Low Stone. a place that exists in the shadowed recesses of the city, away from prying eyes, but something you might encounter down the road. That's this area that's tucked in behind these little indentations, just in that almost completely dark area built into the structure of the city.
Is it called the Midstone?
It is now.
It is called the Understone.
Okay.
I mean, Understone's still pretty
That's
cool.
cooler.
Yo! That's cool.
At the same level as the High Stone is a lower portion of the city's wealthiest district, a small pocket of the much higher ring of brass. This small pocket is known as the Brass Shelf, which is this little portion here that can be accessed from the High Stone. The Brass Shelf, this area of the city is lined with the richest businesses and entertainment in the city. Affordable only to those with serious coin, but made to seem accessible to all by its location. The Brass Shelf is most notably the home of The Stage, a grand performance center where people from all over gather to partake in music, theater, and entertainment. Which brings us to the highest level of the city, the Ring of Brass. To most, the Ring of Brass is something they only ever see from a distance. A district filled with mansions and housing estates belonging to the wealthiest people, not just in Argentum, but in all of Lecivet, and possibly even in Greater Leishan, some of the richest people in the continent. With mansions of varying size from indulgent to straight up monstrous. Some of these estates requiring dozens, if not hundreds, of people to maintain, and are often only the home for a single noble family. This is a city teeming with life at all levels, people working and living happily within Argentum, the city of sleep. Before we do move on, is there any clarification anyone wants on the city now that everyone's been here for a little while? Just on the layout and vibes that we've got.
The Silver Dragon carcass.
The ancient Black Dragon?
Black
in the
Dragon,
mountains?
sorry.
Yeah.
It's just its bones left, right?
More or less. It's kind of not mummified, but it's like, bits of it have like melted in with the mountain and are still like rotting away, but mostly just bone.
It's got some like Black Clover vibes with like just the skull. It's like a landmark now.
Yeah, pretty much. Just something that everyone can see. And I mean, for some it's a grim reminder, but for others it is like a symbol of strength. Like the people of the city did manage to take it down. And with that, we began last session as you just came out of the forest, right? Was that start of last session?
Forest?
Last session?
We are back.
Oh,
in
we
the
started.
city.
Last
Yes,
session we ended. We all went to sleep.
No, we
Yes.
went back to the city. Yeah.
Yeah, so last session was getting back to the city. All right. Then you made your way back into the city, caught up with Sebastian. Told him of your troubles, your tribulations, your efforts in removing the threat that was the goblin camp. He said that he would collect your coin and vouch for some additional pay, being that the job became more hazardous than intended. You all went your separate ways, taking some time to just exist in the city for a day or so. Lily looking for a potential place of work. Remind me what else you guys got up to before you all met at the tavern. Was there anything specific you guys did?
I went and spoke with Natasha.
You did, yeah. Went for a visit to the gear to inquire if your message had gotten through, but it seems that if it has, Natasha was not the one that received it.
In addition, I did ask Natasha about getting someone to contact me about enchanting my longsword.
Mm-hmm.
You also checked the flowers before you went to bed.
Yes, I did.
You swung by Jim's, inquired about some additional gear, and picked up the stuff that you had previously asked for, before meeting up at the Oakworm Inn, where Lily is staying, for a discussion on next steps and taking on the investigation that Sebastian had contacted you all to partake in. You began looking, and after most of a day of searching, found that Miss Mayweather's missing automaton was not a simple disappearance, but rather that someone has been spreading misinformation. That a co-worker or employee that she thought was at her store thought that they were on leave. Things not quite lining up, people being where they weren't. Strider came to the conclusion that there was a disguised individual. You found that some of these automatons seem to rely on this purple fluid and some seemingly do not. You have learnt that they essentially require attunement to an item that's housed within the automaton. And with your discoveries made, you had sent a letter to Sebastian, telling him of what you'd found so far and asking for his guidance on possible next steps. And with that, it is probably mid-afternoon on this day, as you await for Sebastian to get that letter and await an answer. Are you doing anything as a group?
I had a quick question for DM.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think I wrote it down, but the Mason's Woodyard, the guy that had an automaton as well, that one ran on like a crystal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to lead the group to a corner or somewhere a little sheltered from listening ears. I'm waiting to get a letter back from Sebastian and see what he says. However, I think it's best that I warn you guys on what's happening.
Why, what's happening?
Do you have extra insight?
Yeah, I have. So, whoever this is, if it is a person or a creature, has the ability to disguise as other people. Disguised as the lady and then the employee. And for that, it would have needed to last quite a while. Attuning to something, as we know, does take quite a long time. And to keep a disguise up for that long is pretty tough.
Well, I think it could either be a spell or it could be that is just in their nature and we're dealing with a shapeshifter of some sort.
Yes, but I would have definitely sensed such a creature around. Is my only worry.
Could just be magic then, just a very good magic.
Yes, that's what worries me though. If it's good magic, then that is going to be a tough find and a fight. Also, it's too intelligent for a creature that I know of. I've looked through my book of monsters, and I don't really have anything that would strategize in such a way that it would pretend to be one person to get one not to show up. I also have figured out that whoever this is, if we are going to say it's a person for now, they have already entered the gear. Because how else would someone know that an automaton was getting sent to this person?
They might have someone on the inside.
Or they are the one on the inside, disguised.
That would make more sense. It would be a lot easier.
So that means we can't trust anyone but ourselves right now?
We need to stay vigilant, and we also need to make sure that if someone comes up to us, that we, try to figure out people's true intentions.
Yes. The only way to catch someone disguising is to catch them in the act, not before.
And if they have the ability to say, use or like analyze someone, and then that could be the way of changing into them?
They will have it's tough. They either are disguising and just doing a good job acting, or their disguise power has some sort of mind reading ability to gain insight, because the employee knew how to do some of the work, which doesn't come from just guessing, but it could have. I also want to bring up the point that this person either transformed into someone at the gear, read their mind, knew that someone was getting delivered, plotted their plan, or he just looked at the books.
Here's a scarier thought.
Yeah.
It could be that this individual had infiltrated the gear for a while and was waiting for an opportunity and has now been presented with one. It could be that they've been with the gear for a while, hence not being noticed.
Thing is, if they were in the gear for a while and have the ability to transform into anyone, they could have infiltrated Argentum. They could have infiltrated anyone at this point.
Well, they're clearly after the automatons.
They are, but what makes me think something is, if I put myself in their shoes, if I was in the gear for so long and all I needed was automatons, you had a stockpile there that you could take. With the ability to disguise, you could get away with it. However, they waited for it to be in the Ring of Earth. Right, that's what we are now.
Well, it would be a lot easier to get an automaton out of the lowest level of the city. My other thing with them not being with the gear for a while is that I think if someone took an automaton without people know, like someone would know.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to steal an automaton from someone that's already bought it.
I also think it needs to be in the Ring of Earth. Like he's stashing it somewhere here or outside the city, because you wouldn't have waited to get it in the Ring of Earth and taken it up.
No,
Someone would
it's
see.
probably going out of the city if I had to guess.
But it just means we can't trust the gear. There's a chance it's even a part of the Legion or just normal guards. We need to be
I mean, they could have infiltrated the normal guards too.
Yeah, they could be anyone. I have no capability of tracking a mage unless I have my magic scene activated, but I can only do that one more time today. I've already burned through 2 of them.
Maybe save it for if you see someone potentially suspicious.
Yeah. I think we need to... It's gotta sound... how early in the day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon, probably like 2 or 3 p.m.
I think it would be best to strategize and go clue hunting for the rest of the day, but I don't think we should go for it until we've rested, because I think if we're gonna do something about it, we will need all the potions I have.
Right. Real quick, I did ask one of the nearby guards to just keep like an eye on the Silken Stitch, the Mayweather's shop.
Yes.
And then to notify me if like there was something suspicious going on. But like I also told him not to be like obvious about it, just to like kind of keep an eye on it, just like make it look like it was regular guard routine, essentially.
How far is the exit of the city near
The shop.
the shop that it was taken?
Give me. Let me just make this an intelligence check.
21.
It would probably be something of like a 25-30 minute trek if you were taking the main roads, but if you took like some side streets and alleys, maybe 10-15 minutes.
Could one of you guys wait around here for see if S shows up or if he leaves a message, so to quickly do a search?
I had an idea.
Yeah.
I can probably figure out what guards were on duty when this disappearance happened, and I could maybe question if they saw anyone leave the city with an automaton.
I just...
I don't
Getting...
mind staying here.
How far was the exit? If it was the main road? Away an automaton could fit.
Half an hour.
Do you really think an automaton moving through the night? Well, they're pretty loud, right? They make any noise when walking?
I mean, they would make as much noise walking as something like an ogre, like a creature of the same size. You'd notice.
Yeah, like half an hour of walking. Just don't feel like it'd be.
You think maybe I got carted off?
Maybe that's why I want to just do, before we do anything, I want to do a little perimeter check and see if I find any clues. Because we haven't really done that yet.
Alright.
I want to jump onto the roofs and just, probably 30 feet from the shop and do a circle. And I want to check any alleyways or buildings that got scuffed or nicked.
Okay. Give me an investigation check as you take some time to rummage around here.
Man, it's a good +2. 11.
11.
That was with a 5. If it helps, I will take my time.
Wait, when did this automaton go missing? How did it go?
A bit over a week ago.
Yeah.
A bit over a week ago.
The exact wording. I watched the episode yesterday.
What are you wrong? 11.
Yeah.
Jumping up on the rooftops and taking a look around, kind of 30 feet, maybe even a bit more, bit of a perimeter look. Nothing that catches your eye from an aerial view that gives an obvious sense of where something might have gone.
I'll come back down.
I still want to check in with the guards. It wouldn't be unheard of for me to ask.
Just be careful, you don't want to give away what you're looking for.
Don't worry, I'll stay vigilant.
While you do that, I'll figure out a plan to expose this person. I have an idea. It's
Alright.
not fleshed out though.
When I'm finished, I'll come back here.
Yep. And we'll wait for the letter. Or him to arrive. I'm also going to lean up against the wall and short rest.
Okay.
I want to go to the gates of the city.
Oh, to the entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you direct S to send or meet? Did you give...
I told him to either meet us here or tell us where to meet.
Okay.
So up to him where he feels.
But that's the Silken Stitch, not the Oak one?
Where I sent the letter, I told him to meet us here.
Okay.
So we're just waiting at that location for now.
Probably be the Oak one. Would have been the closest place nearby.
Makes sense, otherwise you draw attention to the Silken Stitch.
Yeah.
So you're heading up the city? No, you're heading to the front
the-
gate,
Out the
sorry.
city.
Guys, I'm gone. Bye.
Anything specific Strider or Lily are doing in that?
I can't get
I
stuff.
suppose if you're taking a shot.
I can't get stuff back from a short rest anyway, so there's no real point. I would like to rattle my brain about magic that allows, if I know how high of a, it feels so metagaming because there's no way to describe roleplay wise what level a spell, what type of spell level upwards would it have to be to hold a disguise self for longer than
You
what's
just-
a attunement length?
You literally just recast it because Dana did that. She would just recast.
But while you're
disguise
attuning,
self.
you can't. Attunement's
But it's
pretty
just
long.
it's just a concentration, like
Give me an Arcana check.
I think it's possible.
Do it while attuning. Attuning feels like a concentration to me. Arcana?
Yeah.
11.
11. I mean, immediately you can rule out disguise self. That only lasts an hour. Attune into something takes an hour. If there were 3 people in this room, they would see the spell being recast,
Yes.
right? But you're not sure at what point spellcraft would allow someone to do this.
The cowboy hat all over again. They have a cowboy hat.
That did last a while.
Yeah. Dude, as long as you had it on your head, it'd just keep going. Pretty sure.
To reactivate it.
Yeah.
That's all I shoot.
Okay. Anything from Lily?
No.
Alrighty.
Not really.
We just watch people.
Yeah. You take the 25 minutes or so to wander down to the city gates. Go ahead. Please roll a d10 for me.
10.
Yes, please.
Right. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay. You begin making your way to the entrance of the city. From a distance, you can see that, again, the guard presence at the city entrance is a little more intense than it was when you first arrived here. 5 or 6 people here. One of the automaton wardens that is in a state of kind of standby, not quite as active as they were when it greeted you at city gates. And you do see an additional familiar figure at the gates. Can see a female human, and probably very similar age to yourself. An Iron Legion member that stands there. This is Malin Seafarer. A human female with a kind of rounder face and blonde hair pulled back.
Ah, yes.
Yorna.
Hello. Just doing some light work, I suppose. I'm still on leave, but I'm just...
I thought you were out of the city.
I was. I came back early. There were some complications, so I had to come back.
Oh. Everything all right?
Yeah, just some issues back at Wood End.
Well, is there anything we can do for you?
There is, in fact. What has... Or, actually, rather... do you know who was on duty maybe a week or so ago?
At the gates?
Yeah.
I can check.
Please.
Right? She kind of just gives a wave to one of the guards and asks them to, stand her post for a minute. And she walks off to essentially a small seating room in the barricades at the front. Comes back out not long after. Looks like it was another group of 3 or so. Just a few of the guard.
Do you know where they are now? It's just some checking up on how things are going at the city gates, obviously with everything that's been going on. Just kind of trying to keep tabs on everything.
Are you angling this as persuasion or deception?
I'm going to angle it as persuasion.
Okay.
Because I am just checking in.
Alright. Give me a persuasion check then.
Nat 20. For a total of 24.
Oh, in that case, where would they be? They were down here. They might be on duty at the watchtower behind the gear.
Well, that's a wee ways away. That's alright, I'll make the trek. I just want to speak with them.
Alright, is everything okay?
Yeah, again, just some added routine. I know I'm off work, but you know me, I can't help it sometimes.
All right. Well, just let me know if I can help with anything.
Thank you. And I'll get off.
Okay.
Before I do, I'd like to make like a quick scan just so I don't look like I'm looking too closely at stuff, just because I don't want her thinking I'm up to any extra investigating. If there's any signs of like that purple liquid or any maybe automaton bits that might have fallen off at all. Like, I'm just looking for things out of the ordinary.
So you're just doing a very quick glance?
I am just doing it.
Okay. Then give me a perception with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. 10.
10. It looks like there's a few scrapes on one of the buildings here, but chances are that was from them lugging the previous automaton away after your excursion at the gates. But nothing that seems to strike you as what you're looking for.
Okay. I'll just head out then, and I'm gonna, before I do go to the watchtower, I'll go to Oakworm, because I think that's where the others were going.
Yeah.
I just want to let them know where I'm gonna go next.
Okay. It will take you like a couple hours there and a couple hours back to make that entire trek through most of the city, if you're heading in that direction.
Just to the Oakworm, or?
No, up to the watchtower.
Oh, okay, well then I might save you for another time. Then yeah, I'll just head back to the Oakworm, and I'll just let them know what I've found so far. So, get there and then just... so I talked with one of the Iron Legion there, and she directed me to some guards that were on duty. It is a wee ways away. It's on a watch. They're currently at the watchtower behind the gear. I might question them later, but just letting you know.
I have a plan. I'm going to take us to a corner.
Yeah.
To be quiet. We'll go into the place.
Yeah.
Is it like busy at this time?
I mean, there's like a very small kind of kitchen, so there'd be a few patrons.
Go and find the corner seat again with Curse and
I
all.
can go to my room.
That's okay. Being here in public's a little better. And I will just get the register something. I have a plan to catch them.
Let's hear it.
So they're not as smart as we thought, at least. I couldn't help but think, in their shoes, if he's making automatons go crazy and injure people, right? You would think he's out for injuries, murder, perhaps. But why disguise yourself as someone but not kill the people you're pretending to be? Why leave loose ends? Because their stories wouldn't add up if someone asked. Why risk that?
They were probably very confident that no one would come poking too deep, but I suppose...
That's where it shows that he probably didn't think about that. Which means why I think this plan will work. We'll have S tomorrow send people throughout the earth, stone, and brass, alerting that Yorna has found and located random automaton and is waiting at a certain location that we pick for the owner to show up and give it to them. Because you don't know who the owner is.
That's fine and all, but I kind of object to it, as I don't think spreading that kind of information about me, I just...
You don't want to be the hero that found the automaton?
No, it's not that. I just don't want to draw that much attention to myself.
Aren't you an Iron Legion? Isn't that what it's all about? I thought
Yes,
it's better for you to be the one that found the automaton versus a bard who somehow lucked out and found this captured automaton, or me, someone that people don't trust. They'll think I'm up to something, but they'll think you've done your job. All I'm saying is...
It's just that No, I suppose. I'm just trying to think of it from the perspective that I'm technically still on leave. I know I've been poking around even so, but It's just...
Isn't meddling in business that you're not supposed to the essence of being a hero?
I'm a
Just
hero
say it
now.
was a coincidence.
Let me finish the plan anyway.
Alright, I'll hear it out.
We have you sitting somewhere. We'll maybe have it that the automaton isn't there because we don't want someone taking it that isn't the owner, and we ask, prove they own it by giving it a command. However, people will show up, either faking it to be like, I want one. But I'll have detect magic up. If something comes in disguised, I will know. And the only way to do something like this is to get a big message sent out, which S can do. But it needs to be something big enough to make this person show themselves. And the only thing we know they care about is this automaton.
The problem is I need to also somehow make this happen and have, like, the people of the Iron Legion not quit. Like, I don't know how to explain
What?
it. No, question just... It's so hard to explain. I don't know what it is.
I'll do it if you're not going to do it.
No. It's so hard to explain what I'm trying to, like, put out.
They've been really suspicious.
Hang on.
Inside.
No, but it's like... If I go, I found this automaton, I feel like all of the authorities would be going like, oh yeah, we'll take it back to the gear and we'll fix it up, you know? It's like, it's very like, you know, like that is the standard that
Okay, that makes
Yorna
sense.
imagines.
You have procedures that you need to go
That's
by.
all, that's all you had to
Yeah.
explain.
And I couldn't find it in my brain, but I'm like, there's something that doesn't work
Yeah, rules
with
to
me
follow.
going, yeah.
I can do it. I'm an adventurer. It should be fine.
Yeah, at the very least, I can just, you know, you were on commission and you found, or like, not commission, but
Here's the thing.
you were hired
I've been
look
trying to
for
think
this.
of a better strategy, but this gives us what we need. It gives that two things, which is really good for us. We know the killer isn't... He is smart to disguise, but he isn't smart enough to get rid of his evidence. Second, it means that he'll hear this and either show up, we'll know, or he'll be nervous because he knows that someone's onto him, which means he'll make more mistakes. It's a win-win. If he doesn't show up, we'll get more out of it. If he does, we find him on the spot and capture him.
So we are going with that we found an automaton and this is the bait?
Yes. I tried to think of a different bait, but the only facts we know about him is the automaton. If we leak that we found purple liquid, he probably has enough. Like, that tank was huge, right? That apparently had...
I mean, it would have held like 5 to 10 vials worth.
And I got 3, which means some of it was used. Like, he definitely has more. The thing he doesn't have more of is this automaton. If we could grab a description, maybe, of what it looked like, and have the people spread that Strider, adventurer found a random automaton of this make. He's waiting to see who owns it at blah blah blah. He expects a reward or something. And I bet you that he will show up, or she, as the lady, and act like it was theirs. We tell her, of course, not to show up.
Yes.
And then everyone else is like hidden in buildings or something like that, or you just look like you're on your job.
So we are just saying that we found an automaton? Just a automaton?
We describe what it looks like.
But are we claiming that this is Mayweather's one that
No.
we found? Okay, good, because...
He can't know
That's-
that. That's the question.
Okay.
We're making it like we're
Because
not
he
honest,
has Mayweather's one, so it's
Yeah.
a mute point.
but we're gonna make it just sound like it is without saying her name. Because she hasn't submitted a quest, so it's actually not official. So
Okay.
no one else would know about it. But if I heard something I stole and was found by pure luck, I would go check, even if, wasn't
Well,
true.
my thing is, if he believes, that we are claiming that we found his one, and he goes back and checks, my one's still here, would he even go for another one?
He has to come to the ring of earth to get to it, wherever it is. Why not stop by and see what we have first?
It's worth a try.
And either or, like I said, if it doesn't work, he knows we're onto him, and he'll either stop doing what he's doing for a bit, or he'll make more mistakes.
And if he's working in a group,
I don't
Then
think...
we're taking down a group. There's no real. It's the same answer either way.
Alright, well, we can try that
Oh,
out. It's currently the best thing we have.
Yeah.
I was going to question the guards maybe tomorrow about, like, I'll just go early morning.
I still don't know what you're gonna ask them.
I just want to ask them if someone came through with large cargo. Like,
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of cargo coming in and out of the city, but I just want to ask them if they saw anything out of the ordinary.
We can ask Isk if he has a better plan, but it would be nice to have his assistance because. Do I know what Isk is capable of to some degree? He healed me. I know he's a spellcaster.
Yeah, I mean, he's
It's got a magical blade.
yeah,
Sure.
he's done a bit of adventuring himself. Like he's been around the block. He's got a few levels, if you will. But whether or not he would get involved himself is another issue entirely.
I just wonder if I know if he's capable of making disguises, like illusions. Because it
Like
would be
he's
sick. It would be sick to
surely-
just have an illusion off the automaton too.
Yeah, because I was going to say there's no way the game would just give me one to use as a prop.
What's that book, isn't it?
I mean, as long as it was one of the, like, that kind of model, it'd be fine. Because clearly there's two main models going.
That's-
It's
yeah.
either the pink fluid
You got
one
your
or
battery
the
powered or your fuel powered.
crystal powered.
You got the Tesla.
But the Tesla and the hybrid.
Give me an Arcana.
Damn.
Arcana. Ooh.
Arcana, that's a 18.
18. You know that he is capable of illusion, but you've never seen him
Do it. Or
do a disguise. It's
Okay.
more been like imagery.
that's perfect.
That is what you wanted.
Yeah. Then we wait here for him to arrive. And I sip on my wine. Or whatever they bring.
I was going to say, what do they bring to the table? You just
ask
kind of
for
went
three?
I did ask for 3.
Three what?
three wines.
What do we get?
It would just be standard ale. You're in the Ring of Earth here. This
Sick.
is whatever they've got that's cheap. Is there anything else I can get you at all?
I'm alright. What about you?
I'm fine.
You want mine?
You don't drink?
No,
As I take a nice, good gulp of ale.
I think you want it.
I don't think I should have a second one.
Can't handle 2 drinks.
Oh, I can. I just...
If you can, then you should.
I'm not having it. I can barely down the first.
I can handle it. I just... It seems like we need our heads on good, so I just... Yeah.
Then give it to someone who might want it.
I mean, I don't not want it. I'll take it.
Is it a bar lady or ma?
This is an elderly woman.
As she goes back to the bar, I will leave the table and I'll walk over. I'll drop my ale at someone else's table as I walk past. And I'll lean up against on the bar, be like, excuse me, young lady.
Damn. Hitting her with the young lady.
I've just been very lost recently. I think you could help me find what I'm looking for.
Then that's a good time.
The way that was pitched, man.
Can you keep a secret? Just between us.
You just give me just a general persuasion check. It's coming strong with it.
I'm like, what would Jess do?
Not
That was... it's like, I don't know how good I am at this. Persuasion?
Yeah.
That's a 14.
Yeah.
You see, I'm a part of a group of people that kind of travel between the
Really not selling yourself well
page
here.
turning, between the high stone and the brass. And I work for a little group of so-called people that help protect people from the shadows, like you folk. And I've just heard there have been some strange happenings around. I've been wondering, have any of your people that have come here to dine or drink or stay the night, have they perhaps, some of them been a bit more not the same as they are if they come other nights? Have anyone been acting a little different to how they normally do, personality-wise? I'm stopping a major drug trade. No.
Can I just get a...
Unbuttons one part of his leather jacket.
God damn it!
I was going to be persuasion again.
I'm so good at persuasion. Fuck. Shit. No, 5.
5. Not that I can recall.
Can I tell she's withholding information?
Give me an insight.
17.
17. You can see that from your display, she's like backed up a foot or so from the bar, just kind of got her hands crossed in front of her. And seems like she might potentially be withholding something. She's not telling me.
I'm gonna thank you for your time.
Of course.
And I will turn around and walk to Lily. I would have put my hood on as I walk away and just sit down.
From where I am, seeing as I could only see Strider's back,
Yeah.
can I just like discern, like, would I be able to discern like how that conversation went from where I am?
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Damn. I like the sound of that.
16.
16. You can see that kind of as this lady kind of backs up a little bit, she seems to be nervous at whatever conversation is being had as Strider gets up to lead.
I'll walk up, slouch down with my hood on. It's too hot now.
Oh no!
It's running here now. I'll slouch up and be like,
What you two talk about?
quieter. Well, I tried to get some information, not really my specialty.
Like you made her uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was trying to, I know someone that's really good at this, and I tried to like act like they do. But
Would
it's
you like me to give it a try?
yes, he is holding information back.
Just, I like the enthusiasm, but you did just come back to our table. If someone else from our table goes up to talk to her, she's going to get very
What
suspicious.
should we see now? I
But-
forgot what already happened.
She knows I'm
Hey.
staying here, and she also knows a friend I know. So I think I'll be
All right,
having better
then
luck.
you have bonus points.
I just asked her if any patrons have recently had a different personality than they normally do when they come in. But she's definitely knows someone, but she's not saying. So if she's
Okay.
lying to you, don't believe her.
Just don't push her too much yet.
I'm sure she's a nice old lady. And I get up and head over.
I grab the ale, I grab like
You
the second
sure?
ale and
I was gonna offer it to you as consolation, and you just took it right out of my
I feel
hands.
like you would hold it in your mouth for like a bit just to try and tolerate it.
Laughed it around
Yeah,
a bit.
Nah, if anything, you're trying to down it as fast as you can so you don't have to taste it.
He would hold his nose and jug it.
they'd be like, this tastes like shit.
Not that bad.
Alright, you walk up.
Yeah. Hello, Ian. I'd like to apologize for my acquaintance that approached you earlier. But
Is everything okay? Are you in trouble? She glances over at Strider at the table.
oh no. He's just We're like teammates.
He's socially awkward.
All right, as long as you're sure you're okay.
He asked you a few questions.
Yes.
So carrying on with that, it would be very great help for you to tell us some things, that way we can help other people who are in danger. Or possibly in danger. We are not sure, but the information that you might hold could help us.
I want to stealthily watch this.
Yeah.
And I want to see if I see any eye dotting, any twitching of lying.
Okay.
Like, just throughout this whole conversation, I want to, like, stealthily so she knows I'm not watching her, but I'm just, like,
Okay.
keeping an eye.
Then give me an insight with disadvantage if you're trying to do it stealthily. And can I get a persuasion?
Persuasion.
It's okay, it wasn't lower than what I felt.
Are any of the patrons in here keeping like an eye on us, like noticing that we're paying a lot of attention to this bar lady? Like,
Give
has
me a
anyone been
perception
watching us?
22.
check. All right. Okay.
That's an 18 for just looking out to see if anyone's watching us.
From where you're sitting, Lily walks over and sits or stands where you were standing, so it's hard to read the conversation. There's a few people that are eyeing Strider a little nervously after the conversation that was just had at the bar, but they don't seem to be paying you too much attention.
Okay,
That's
cool.
concerning. Yes. Oh, well, if somebody's in trouble, there was a individual in here a few days back that I hadn't seen before.
Huh?
Sitting in the corner watching the patrons. But he wandered off after dinner. I didn't think anything of it.
He's probably watching patrons so that
Do
he
you remember what they looked like?
He was a very handsome young man. In clothes that were a little fancy for our neck of the woods, but he ordered dinner
no.
like everyone else.
He's
Do
rich.
you recall his race at all?
Appeared human as far as I could tell.
What?
I just think it's is. It's is. 100%.
Anything unusual that they might be wearing or something noticeable at all?
If this senile old lady.
I knew she was seen.
He had this brilliant red overcoat. Oh shit. His hair was curly but pushed back. Sorry, I only served him as food. I didn't really think to ask much more of him.
Didn't ask him any questions or like what he might be doing here, what his name is, or anything like that?
It was rather busy evening.
I see. Did he seem like a noble?
Don't know if I would go that far, but he definitely didn't seem... He didn't look like he was from our ring by any means.
Did he talk?
I mean, he thanked me for his food.
Are you able to recall what he sounded like? Even if it was just a simple thank you?
It was very charming. He had, definitely had a nobleman's accent. Whoever he was, he held himself in high regard.
And how were the other patrons?
They all seemed as usual. Coming home from work, enjoying dinner.
Any of them act different towards this mysterious stranger?
I mean, there are a few people that got him confusing looks. We don't usually get rich folk down here, but other than that, no one that seemed to pay him any special sort of attention.
So he stayed, got dinner, then left. Is that right?
Yes, was watching over the patrons. There was one young lady that he spoke to briefly, I believe, but that was about the only interaction he had.
Did you know this young lady?
I believe it was Miss Timon from down the road.
Miss Timmy. Is she a regular patron here?
He comes by and picks up dinner on occasion for her and her father.
Does she work in the Earth Ring?
Wait a minute.
She's unemployed.
Modern day Dracula.
Oi!
I believe she works up at the Seam Forge.
Seam Forge?
They're leatherworking and armory. They do a lot of work with the guard.
That's where I went. Is that where I went?
Yeah.
I will walk up back. And I will drop 1 gold coin on the table. And I'll start it, and I'm like, let's apologize for the awkward conversation earlier. I'm sorry. I honestly am not a big fan of people that are that open with their flirtatious and charismatic people, but they seem to do really well in asking questions, so I tried to imitate it. But
Is that what that was? Your eye was twitching and it was uplifting.
yeah, I really, it kind of hurts inside to try it, but I don't know, people seem to do pretty well when they do it, so I thought
I could give you some pointers.
it makes me sick inside to be like that.
Then maybe I'll do that from now on.
I don't know, I just don't get how people can be that cheerful. So, take that gold.
Okay, Mr. Rain Cloud.
My parents are dead! Take that gold coin, and just, that doesn't need to pay for our drinks, just have it.
Alright. Thank you kindly. I've given all that I know to young Lily here.
Thank you.
What was this lady's name?
It was. I got it.
April, me.
Miss Margaret.
Miss Ma.
Miss Margaret.
Do I know how long normally it takes for S to arrive or message?
As you finish this conversation,
Oh, yes!
Lily and Yorna would not recognize the figure that walked into the entrance of the oak farm. But Strata, you would see a familiar outfit adorning Sebastian. Simple, almost commoner's clothes that are still too clean to ever belong to a commoner, but just simple beiges and a large brown coat that is kept pristine and dry cleaned, essentially flicked up as he enters the oakworm.
Wait, and we don't recognize him?
You wouldn't recognize the outfit, but as soon as he takes his hood off and kind of makes his presence known, you would notice that this is Sebastian.
Gonna assume
Oh,
it's for a low key kind of thing.
I'll nod and kind of point towards our table. My head.
As I finish my mug of ale.
He'll do a bit of a roundabout way to get to you, stop past the bar, speak with Miss Margaret for a moment, slip a coin across the counter, make his way over to the table.
I'll sit on the edge of the table just so that my sword's linked up and ready.
Well, I got your letter.
Yes, complicated news, as you could see.
busy day, it would seem.
Quite.
I believe it's best to start with Lily, giving us what information she found out just now.
Oh, so what Miss Margaret has told me, apparently a new face came into the inn. No, sort of noble looking, had a red coat, curly hair, looked to be of higher status, and talked to a young woman, Miss Timid, who works at the Leatherworks.
It seemed like it was people watching mostly.
We know if he was watching anyone in particular.
He seemed to just come in, grab dinner, and left.
Seems that someone has thought of a plan, and I believe that it's safe to assume that he's disguised himself as a gear member or somewhere else to get information that the automaton was getting delivered, because he couldn't have known without knowing the order was placed.
Concerning thought.
And he has a disguise ability that can last long enough to do an attunement in a room full of 2 people.
That would either have to be a concerningly high skill level of Arcana, or we're dealing with something else here, a innate skill.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's a creature. I've tried my sensing and my tracking, but it's just not popping up. We do have a plan to catch him, but we might need your assistance. I tell him the plan. The plan goes deep.
Interesting. The only concern would be, obviously they now have one of these machines that they've stolen, hijacked, whatever it is that they've done. Would they be interested in another one?
I'm thinking we make it seem like we found the one they stole.
I still think that they will go back and check if their one is still there.
If that's the case, then we still scare him and make him make mistakes. But if not the case, here's the thing. If you are smart enough to turn it to someone else and then into someone else, you'll double check.
Let me pose you a question. This is entirely up to you. This is a good thought process if this is the path you're wanting to travel down, but do you want them to know that you're onto them?
I think thinking about it now, I don't think we should let on just yet.
My thought is capturing someone that can be anyone is almost impossible. We have to make the first move.
I know, but maybe there is still
Because-
more information that we
yeah.
can gather. Just a little bit more. Maybe half a day more of investigating, and then maybe we could...
I mean, Warrior's half a day more. He could do so much with an automaton. He could hurt people, could do whatever.
Even with that, it could lead to finding him more easily.
If,
That way
an-
it's fresher tracks to follow.
if anything, he might realize, oh, there's people on me now, and he might just flee the city with the automaton, and then we never find him.
Yes.
I mean, these are all possibilities, but I suppose we can just try your plan out, but maybe we wait with it a little bit.
I think hitting it fresh is better because it's already been a bit since it was stolen. We have to remember that. It's been
Indeed,
more than a week.
and he hasn't done anything yet.
Plus, the guards are more, I would say, aware of things going on, so then that would probably have him be more sheltered.
And that means we have to bring him out. Yes, let me ask you something. If you were in this person's shoes, all we know so far is that, let's say you have chosen to take an automaton. Automaton. The only thing we know that you want is that machine. The only bait is possibly that machine. would you, if you heard someone had it and described the exact thing you stolen, go double check just by going to the area and looking to see if they did have it? Or would you go check if you had it? Especially since he had to hide it outside the city, most likely. So,
That is why I think I should check in with the guards first.
that's why I'm saying if we do this, it is quicker for him to check if we have it than to check if he does. Because his hiding spot will have to be either out of the city or somewhere hard to find, which means if we are in the middle of the city or something, he'll go check us first. You would want to check something quicker than to wait for someone else to take it.
Could also see it as a trap.
I don't think he did leave the people alive.
And what if he wasn't away from the machine?
And just there, then he doesn't hear about it. And then our cover stays the same.
To answer your question, though, I would send someone to look. I wouldn't go myself.
You think he has teammates?
Who knows?
Certainly possible. Can't rule it out just yet.
But all we know so far is that he was a part of the gear, either disguised or is a current employee. He could be anyone.
I still would like a chance to talk to the guards up at the watchtower.
If you want to, you can do that. I just don't know if they were disguised as someone. They'll probably just tell you that they were either sick that day, but apparently they showed up. Then we're just in this.
I still think it'd be worth a look. What is the time right now? Would I have time to go up there and do like
I mean,
one
it would have
last?
taken us a couple hours to get down here, so it'd be dinner time pretty much. 5 o'clock.
So probably won't be on like up there anymore.
Oh.
Chances
Who
are
knows?
low.
Well, that's our I don't know what to call it, our patron. What do you think our next move should be?
Sounds like there's still a lot of unknowns, but very little way to get any more information. You've got something of a lead here with this
I wanted to follow that up.
individual, and
And ask around, see if anyone else has seen this person.
I'll also pull out the 3 vials that I found of the pink liquid. There's also more of this now.
right. So can I take one of those with me?
Don't pour it on yourself, it paralyzes.
Good to know. If you're gonna follow this mysterious individual lead, might be worth knowing if any of the targets were in here when he was.
Good idea. I wonder is that apparently he talked to the person at, well, what,
What's
the
it?
wife that works
The
at the leather? The daughter of whoever works at the leather shop. The people that make armor for the guards. Yeah, we haven't heard anything from them yet. So should probably check that out first.
Looks like I've got your next steps then.
If you guys want to do that, I would like to see if the guards are still up in the watchtower.
Yeah. I can do that.
Did you tell us that you gave one of the vials to the dude?
To Lou?
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
lot of huge conversation about it yesterday.
Okay.
I love it.
I just wanted to remind myself.
I didn't give him a bit, not like a whole.
You gave him like the sample you
Yeah.
look against. Yeah.
If you find any information about that liquid, let me know. Currently, it just doesn't add up. It made one go crazy. The other one had it in it, but it just walked out.
Furious.
It burns and melts through cloth, but it also just drips off a leaf. But it paralyzes humans. So it's kind of confusing how it feels to react to organic and non-organic matter.
Right. I'll do some digging. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Before I go to bed tonight, I will see if I can reverse engineer it at all with my poison and herbalism kit, but
Of course.
I can't guarantee anything.
Alright, I might go now, just so I don't waste any more time.
Yep, and we'll head off to the Leatherwork.
I'll come with you as far as my office. Alright. Go team.
Go team.
That's our name. Go team.
Team is just our name now. We are Team.
The team.
Branding matters.
I really
Alright. I head out and I'm gonna make my way to the watchtower behind the gear.
Yep. And you guys are going to.
the Leatherwork.
Okay.
I already got a good relationship now with that guy, so it's sweet. Won't have to flirt my way in.
Thank God!
Okay. You start making your way up in that general direction. Is there anything that you're doing on the way?
Spells.
Just for the giggles, gonna see if I spot handsome curly hair, red overcoat man out on the street. Never know, could just be roaming
It
around.
was that easy.
Fair enough.
Might as well.
Give me a perception check.
Just
Where's
while
this
we're on our way,
handsome man?
have a look. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm. For an evening stroll before dinner.
Yeah.
Never know. We're just smiling, but still. You
I'm
rubbed
a
it off.
rain cloud.
You rubbed it off.
A rain cloud.
Ooh.
You make your way through the ring of earth and up towards the low stone. As you're walking, Sebastian will pipe up. How have you found it doing something a bit different?
Refreshing. Of course, don't get me wrong. I like looking after the city.
Of course. What do you think of the others?
Lily's nice. Of course, don't know much about them just yet. Strider is interesting. I like him. He's got this air about him. Definitely intriguing.
That he does. Just make sure you take care of him. By the way, he just kind of tips his head to the side a little bit. And something that you've also been clocking for maybe the last 5 or 10 minutes of walking. But there is and this is like after work rush, there's people going everywhere. There's more automatons than usual on the streets because people are getting ready for the festival. People are moving crates between districts, so there's those large lumberers, the ones that you've been investigating, and there's a few smaller automatons as well, but maybe 30 to 40 feet behind you at all times, kind of darting behind people and trying to stay out of sight as much as possible. You can see a short, maybe 4 to 5 foot tall figure that just seems to be on your trail, hooded in blacks, just kind of darting and following you. Might have some company.
What do you propose?
Let's just gonna keep walking.
And that we can.
And he will just continue walking
Interesting.
until you guys get to the staircase to the low stone. where again you'll be greeted by guards, and Sebastian will flash his insignia, his wax, and you'll be given passage. You'll see, glancing back down, that figure doesn't make their way over to the staircase, but just kind of rests up at a building maybe 40 or 50 feet away from that little staircase office, and just kind of posts up and hood down, seems to just watch you ascend the stairs. Or anything you're doing as you notice that?
I don't want to... I want to take in as much of his, like, appearance and, like, just the way he walked, or even, like, again, his, like, height, build, whatever. Just anything I can grasp onto to maybe reference later.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
17.
17. Damn, alright.
I'm rolling good.
Then I'll say that you clock him as you're showing your wax. Clocking him from a little closer. You can see mostly full blacks. Hood pulled over his face.
It's just been straighter this whole time. You're not that short.
He looks and walks, by all accounts, dwarven. But there seems to be very little color to his skin, with a little bit of chin and nose that you can see peeking out from under the hood. And with that higher roll, you can see a small brooch or insignia pinning his cape to the rest of his person, which looks like a half circle with 5 points coming out of it.
Half circle
Racing time.
with 5 points coming out of it, like the coastland sign.
The rising sun would be a great fucking thing.
Like that, essentially.
Oh, that looks metal as hell. Shoot.
It
Okay.
is made out of metal.
Interesting. So not that drawer. This drawer.
But as soon as you catch a glimpse of him, he seems to like disappear behind a person and just kind of get lost in the crowd. Well, it would seem that staying off the radar might be out of the question.
Looks like we are already.
Someone knows you're poking about?
Could be that, like, when I was going to the guards, they might have considered it.
Could be one of the guards.
I could have been, but.
Is there anything else you want to do on your way up to that watchtower?
No, just making my way.
Do you want to roll a d10 for me, please?
Although, can I quickly ask S?
Yeah.
Does a half circle with 5 spikes coming off of it ring any bells? Added as a brooch.
It's an insignia I've seen before, but I don't have any name attached to it yet.
And in my time of fighting crime, that pops up every so often. Does it ring any bells to me?
You might have seen one on someone that got caught, but no ties
Just
to anything
don't,
specific.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Then yeah, just onwards. You said a D10?
Yes, please.
Kind of cool is they wear it like that, and then when they show who they really are, they flip it. So it's not a rising sun.
Oh shoot, it's a
lowering.
setting sun. 6.
6. All right. Then, as you make your way through the city, I believe we've encountered this individual
my known characters?
It is. I don't know if we've encountered this person or not. As we walk through the city, you bump into another Iron Legion officer that looks like they are leaving their post for the night. The familiar full or half plate with red adornments of the Legion, and a very specifically fitted helmet that wraps around their draconic proportions. As you can see a gleaming and brilliant looking silver dragonborn walking through the streets. The kind of the metallic dragonborn all have this almost more aquatic look, rather than having the gnarled, streamlined look of a chromatic dragon. Their noses are smoother, their features are more streamlined. They don't so much have horns as plates and frills that push back. She would walk past. Yorna!
Hello.
I was not aware you were back in the city.
I have been for some time. There was trouble at home and I had to come report.
Everything alright?
Seems okay for now. Just strange going-ons.
What are you doing up here at this hour of night?
Just checking in, I suppose. I've been away for a while and I just like to know what's going on.
Of course. Did Daria know you're back?
Not yet. I have not told her. I hadn't even thought to. What an awful friend.
Of course. Will we be seeing you?
I'm still on leave for a little bit, but
Right.
I'll be back soon, no doubt.
Then I might see you around in the meantime.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Enjoy your night.
Thank you, you too.
So a silver dragonborn?
Yes.
Yeah, how lucky to be a silver dragonborn in the city of silver.
City coin.
The city's called City, so.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. You're right.
Who takes notes now?
Why?
They should not rip down anyway.
Alright. And you continue up. Again, as the sun is almost setting at this point, up the next set of stairs to the high stone. You can see the large building of stone and brass. A bunch of moving parts on the exterior of the guild hall for the gear. And you push around to a watchtower that sits on the corner of the high stone and essentially looks down at the low stone and the ring of earth beneath it. You can see there is one of the regular guard posted at the door at the bottom of the watchtower. Evening.
Evening. Were you one of the guards that was posted down at the gates a week or so back?
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm Yorna. I'm with the Iron Legion. I'm off duty right now. I'm just checking in on some things. I've been out of the city for a bit.
Right. What do you want?
I just wanted to ask some questions of the guards that were down at the gates on duty a week or so ago. Would that be you?
A week or so. We change posts every half day. I have to be more specific than that.
I'm afraid that's all I've got. Just whoever was down there maybe roughly a week ago.
Sure, I was on duty down there a week or so ago.
Alright, well, that'll do. Did you notice an individual, a tall, handsome man with curly hair, red overcoat, looked to be kind of a noble status, make his way through the gates at any point?
Can I get a persuasion check? please?
And in addition, when I'm telling him this information, is he flinching in any way that might suggest that he is disguised? Just keeping my guard up.
Give me persuasion and insight.
Okay.
These guys got no respect for the higher ups.
No.
Man.
So for the persuasion, I've got 10. And for the insight, I've got 5.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Insight. It's hard to tell if this individual is in any way disguised, because you can tell that he has immediately... You can't quite put your finger on it, but he looks like he feels disrespected in this moment.
Damn.
And your other roll was 10? 11?
10 on the persuasion.
I mean, there's plenty of people down by the gates. Can't say anyone befitting that description wandered through.
Alright. Any oddly big cargo coming through at all?
There's a festival coming up, of course there is.
Indeed. Alright. And thank you for your help, really. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to tie up some loose ends on something I'm looking into.
Of course.
Alright. Have a good night.
You too.
And she'll head off.
Okay.
I've learned that a lot of people don't respect you on the gear, the guns.
No, why? What did I do wrong?
You're the manager, everyone.
I'm not even that bad. I'm one of the cool ones.
That's what they all
Yeah,
say.
it doesn't seem like it.
I am. Trust me. You haven't seen half of the people that I work with.
Yeah, that's true. Half of them are disguised people.
yeah.
And the two of you are off to
The leather shop
the Seam Forge.
that I got my sick dope threads from.
Or it's
Yeah. My leather worker.
Okay.
drip.
This is probably a good half-hour walk for you guys as well. Is there anything you're doing in that time?
I'm just keeping my eyes open for strangers or anyone acting strange.
I want to listen out to if there is still any talk of the stranger that came by. If it made an impression on anyone, they're still talking about him.
Where are you keeping the efforts? At the heaven or just on your
On our walk.
Okay. Perception from both of you then.
I'm also holding my necklace,
Yeah, okay.
just in case.
Sweet.
Never know. Perception, you say?
Yes.
14. Yes.
23.
Damn.
Alright. You don't seem to catch any word of a suspicious or handsome individual. Nothing that seems to jump out at you as a lead. Hey,
You, however.
My roll is pretty bad, but you know.
plus 37.
Got a +8 in perception. Did my best.
Dang.
You would notice as you make this walk, maybe 15 minutes in or so, a cloaked figure in all black,
It's up to you now.
between 4 and 5 feet, with an over 20. You can see that there seems to be a glistening brooch on their upper chest. And they seem to be trailing like 60 feet behind you, kind of in the crowd.
Are they obvious enough that my passive perception saw them, or my roll?
You're wrong.
Okay, ooh, so I know they were decent. Okay,
Or definitely trying
I
to
will...
hide.
They're about 60 feet, so if I whisper, they couldn't hear me.
No, there's people all around. It's kind of post-work rush.
Oh, Lily. Just keep looking straight. Keep walking.
So,
They're being tailed by a big figure.
bad guy.
Most likely.
Are
They're
they
just
gonna jump
walking
us?
casually. No, a bit too far away at the moment. This is the funnest part of the job, anyway.
Are you gonna-
Do I recognize the symbol?
Anyone did, surely it's you.
Give me an intelligence check.
It belonged to the troll that killed my people.
Everything belongs to the troll
Troll
that killed your
control
parents.
What do I do? A bit-
Just intelligence.
Intelligence.
16.
16. It's something that you might have seen around, Not enough to know who it belongs to, but enough to know that it isn't any guild or organization. This is a more... Whoever this belongs to, it is a kind of down low.
Underground.
Yeah.
I'd just like to check.
Something that only those that know are aware of.
I'm gonna check one of my abilities real quick.
Yeah.
That I favorited in the end.
They know something we don't.
Show favorites only.
Show favorites only.
Do you like my drawing?
So you specified that I can. Oh, they're 60 feet away, right? And I caught them.
Yeah, caught a glimpse of them.
While they're behind me, I'll angle myself that they can't see in front of me.
Yeah.
Drink a potion. Take a glance. Hunter's mark. 90 feet range.
Okay.
I now can track them.
Okay. Nice.
What's in it?
Well, for who?
Oh, it's
You
just
like
one
the drawing?
multiple
What do you want about?
They're made of our
I
straight.
thought there were two of them.
Just one dude.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
There's actually 12.
Oh fuck. Yes.
Oh, you thought it was another guy
Yeah.
completely.
I thought it was like two people coming at us at the same time. Because it's
No.
two of us.
No, just one dude.
Okay.
I have advantage on any wisdom perception or wisdom survival checks you make to find it
Okay.
and track it.
Sweet. Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Got a plan, Lily, as we're walking up, talking forward. Do you have the ability of casting some type of illusion?
Small one.
Well, how small? Give me details. I need the numbers, centimeters, inches.
Same as the first time she told you 2 days ago.
She didn't tell me, she just did it.
There's
Yeah.
What's the size of a 5-foot cube, guys?
square.
5 foot cube.
5 foot cube would be a meter. 5 foot?
5
5 foot would be this table.
Oh.
And standing? Okay, I've got a plan. We're gonna turn a corner into one of the areas that just turn left or something. We're gonna go down it. Then we're gonna take another left and hide on that corner. And then on a right turn, you're gonna do an illusion of our legs going past. So our body is past the building, and it's gonna seem like we turned left. We're gonna hide here, and you're gonna make an illusion, make it look like we walked this way. And then he's gonna come up and we're gonna be behind him. Alright,
Just tell me when.
okay. Turn left now.
Are you taking main roads or alleyways?
Main ways. Want him to feel calm.
When you continue walking, you take a couple of lefts.
And then we're gonna hide on one left. And I'm going to hold on to the sense that I have on him. And I'm gonna use my smell with my hunters. And I'm going to see. I can just sense magically.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna sense when he's gonna come across, and I'm going to tap Lily on the shoulder and get her to do the illusion of our legs turning like one of the right turns ahead of us.
Okay. Then I'll get one of you, please. Give me a deception with the other hand. Who's going to make the roll?
What's your observing?
It was probably really good.
That's 5.
Mine's +7. No, it's not.
I was gonna say.
That was-
So mine is an average of 15.
Oh, that's right. Good. Go for it.
Alright.
Should-
Makes sense, someone customs.
15.
Do you have advantage? She has advantage, right?
Oh, do I?
Because we're helping.
helping.
He's helping.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Maybe
We'll go
not.
with the 15. You duck around a corner, and as you sense this individual heading in your direction, you pat Lily on the shoulder. Pushes. This is a minor illusion?
Yes.
Minor illusion across the alley. You wait a few moments, and eventually you see this hooded figure pass you and turn down the road where the illusion walked.
As he's going past us before he turns, how many people are around us?
Probably 10, 15 at any given time.
as he's walking past, I'm going to put my arm around him
Fuck yeah.
and be like, "Hey, buddy, who you following?"
Like,
And
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to him, and I'm going to draw. Fuck, that's a glowing dagger. I'll have my crossbow like under my cape, so I
Like a
can feel it
Okay.
like against him.
Yeah, totally.
But no one can see it.
Do you want to give me an intimidation check as you do this?
Yeah.
What's Lily doing as Strider jumps out here?
what am I doing?
He's scared shitless. Nat 20.
Oh, boy! Okay.
He has a gun pointed to his back.
Oh no, this poor man.
It's kind of like this.
Oh, you put it back on.
That did. I was cooling down for a bit.
Oh, that better.
See, I was
your
having
job
like behind
set.
you, but then it's like,
Sorry.
from where I'm standing, am I able to see if he has any weaponry or equipment on him?
Give me a quick perception check.
Yeah, what? I don't see shit.
Hard to tell. They barely walk into your sightline before Strider like springs on them.
And it's not because I'm happy to see you. That's my crossbow.
This was so high up.
12 foot long.
As you push the crossbow against them, you feel it hit something hard underneath, either weaponry or armor under the cloak. They keep their hood down,
Nat 20 on 2.
and you hear a kind of low, gruff female voice. What'd you say exactly?
I said, I put my arm around them,
Yeah.
crossbow, and I say,
Yeah.
who you following?
Just kind of try to stop walking and see if you're gonna like push them forward.
I am walking with them, and I'm taking us to an alleyway where there's less people.
Okay.
Because it can't interrogate someone in front of me. Right. I'm not a savage. I've got taste.
They,
Very.
keeping the hood down, just kind of don't say anything and just walk with you for the moment.
I say, good. Follow.
I'm just gonna be like looking around. Oh, actually, I'm gonna look at you just to try and see if you're signaling me to do anything.
I will say, because we had discussion before, there was 2 spells I said that would be useful. You've used one. Get ready to use the other just in case.
Is Lily following them?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
follow in behind.
You're gonna push them forward into a bit of an
Yeah,
alleyway.
we're gonna.
You pull this individual into an alleyway, and again, they're in full black. You can see that same insignia of the half circle with the 5 spikes coming out from it. Kind of push them into an alley.
I grab the pin, rip it off.
They're gonna try and grab it as you do.
I will try to be quicker. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Then can I get athletics or acrobatics from you?
16.
They snatch it out of your hand immediately.
Poor.
I
And just what do you think you're doing?
what race does this seem like based on voice?
Dwarf, wasn't it?
Your one.
Dwarven height, but this is a voice that you haven't heard.
Okay, can I try sleight of hand while he takes that out of mine? I lit him, and I want to go for the hood and pull the hood down.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
I'll tell you. 22.
22. Okay. As you do that, they pull the insignia back down. And just what the hell are you? And you pull the hood off. And you can see, for all intents and purposes, this looks like a female dwarf. They have light grey, almost white hair pulled back into a ponytail that goes down and tucked into the back of their cloak. But you can see that their skin is an ash grey with the slightest hint of purple.
Would I be able to recognize them from if I've encountered one before?
I also want to say if I've heard of one per books.
Yeah, do you both want to give me just history checks on this?
History. 17.
19.
19. Neither of you had any idea
Holy.
what type of individual this is.
I will say, I'm not here to hurt you. I will draw my sword and pull it like against them so they're against the wall.
Could have fooled me.
Why are you following us?
Why are you snooping around?
Snooping around what?
Places you shouldn't be.
Well, last I heard, we were just at a tavern for a friendly drink, got armored done at a leather shop, and just picking out some fine clothes.
Don't you get cocky with me. I'll put you in the ground right here.
I push the crossbow harder into the side.
She kind of looks up at you. In that moment, you can kind of see this, like, almost battle readiness kind of flowing through them, but they're trying to hold on to it.
I'm not here to start a fight, I just want to know. Are you the one or a part of an organization that took an automaton? Is that what this is all about?
Not directly, but I know what you're after.
And you want to stop us from chasing it down?
Sure. I just want to know who's interested.
Tell me, who is interested?
Kind of lowers the hands and just maintains being pinned against the wall. What's it to you?
Well, missing automatons could lead to danger. And if it's someone from... Look at Lily and then look back at him. If it's someone from the brass or higher, I would like to know personally.
Like those brass fucks giving you ears for us.
But they don't need to care for us to steal our shit, do they?
What's that about them?
Then why take one?
Yeah, persuasion or intimidation here. Whatever way you're angling this conversation.
I'm going to intimidate, but I'm also going to say... I'm going to be like... And I have found that purple liquid to be very useful on my bolts. That is 15 on intimidation.
Alright. We're just trying to make right by a deal.
Deal. What do you mean?
Interested party. Wanted to take a look. Said we could keep the fuel in return.
Do all of them run off this purple liquid, or is this something of your doing?
You know less than you think.
Sadly, I already knew I knew less than I wanted to know.
No, we were just... Looks around, get the sense that she knows that she's saying more than she should. Look, we were just making right by a deal. Finding that the fuel had other uses was a nice extra.
I agree with the uses. That's why I have one on my bolt right now. And I'm going to ask you, who's the one disguising themselves? Is it someone in a red jacket, curly hair?
He's going to try and push out of your grip.
Now, Lily.
I cast hold person.
Okay. What does whole person do for us? Or what do I have to roll?
Strider just doesn't even like do anything to stop him. He just knows that Lily's standing there ready.
A wisdom saving throw. Will be paralyzed for the duration.
Yeah.
What is the duration hold person?
1 minute.
12.
Fails.
Alright. As they go to push out, their hand kind of pushes up against your blade and pulls their weight out a little bit. Lily, as you cast this spell, focusing it on their being, you've probably only used this a handful of times, but you can tell that whatever this person is, almost seems to, by their very nature, resist, but you're just able to grab them with the hold. And they freeze mid-pulse, their eyes kind of lock with Strider.
Well, you should capture him for questioning with this. Keep him like that, and I'm going to slay his prey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to knock him out with my attack.
Do they
Non-lethal.
keep making saves?
Yes. At the end of each of its turns.
Okay, then we're going to roll initiative as we move into this.
Now one.
Net 20.
2 sides of the
For
For 24.
choose that one of those days.
Okay. Then, whole person goes off. What do you do?
Non-lethal, which is just normal damage rate. I'm going to swing at him.
Drop.
I will slay his prey. Hunter's Mark is already on him.
Yeah.
And hold person means melee attacks crit.
You'll have. What does it do? Paralyze?
Hold person?
Yes.
Then yes, you have advantage, and it'll be a crit if you hit.
Cool. And because I have advantage, I have sneak attack.
Yeah, if you hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
That roll. Oh, that's much better. With that, that's going to be unnatural 20.
A natural 20. A very high AC, but you hit. Down on her skull. Go ahead, roll some damage, and we'll see if it knocks them out.
yeah, sure.
Got my second attack if needed, but I'm hoping, because it's ranged, I don't want to fuck that up. Just kill them. 2 doubles to 4. 2, then 6. 22, 26 damage.
Is 22 already doubled for the crit?
Yes.
Okay, so 22,
Plus 4, so 26.
26 total.
And if he's still standing,
He is.
he is. Does it look like she took a hefty hit, or?
She is bloodied.
Okay.
Oh. Man.
I can't.
The eyes kind of fog over, but still.
I can't non-lethal a thing, can I?
Bold.
I'm gonna shoot anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot for the leg.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, headshot.
Actually, I don't have disadvantage.
No.
I'm melee range, so do I get advantage?
Yeah, I don't see
Do I
why
cross
not.
her?
Yep. Yeah, they're not prone, so yes.
$18.
18 is the AC now.
Ah.
Does this crit as well? It's not at melee, but I'm doing it in melee range.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet, so yeah,
Okay.
that still crits.
So, 4, 8. Because that's Hunter's Mark. Slow Spray doesn't apply and Sneak Attack doesn't apply. 8 plus 4.
12.
12 damage.
You, from under the cloak, fire the bolt. It goes through the back of her knee. You feel it or hear it hit against plate armor in the front as it pushes clean through, and immediately she starts bleeding out.
Oh, she went under? Oh,
Unless you're gonna do anything in this moment, then
I can't because that's my
yeah.
turn.
It won't
This
be
is-
automatically my turn.
Don't heal, stabilizer.
I'm gonna say in this moment, I'm gonna let them. If you guys are gonna try and stop them from dying here,
Yes. Not heal them, but
I'm
stop.
still gonna let them make their save on their turn against whole person,
Okay.
Yep.
which they
Might
definitely
not
do
do the
not
bad
make.
way to
Then
itself.
Lily, what are you
They're
doing?
bleeding out now.
You would.
Yeah, I tried to stabilize her.
Okay.
Oof.
Give me a medicine check.
Things are looking not good.
Medicine. 8.
8.
I fucked my math up.
Oh.
I was like, well, she got bloody on 20 something damage. I can't do 20 again, but then I was like, well, she got bloody before the 20.
You go over to try and help. And you're gonna drop concentration on the spell at all? Or are you gonna keep whole person up?
No, I keep hold person.
Okay. Then they maintain their position as their knee and their lower leg is spurting out blood. You try and stop it. But as she is standing there, hand out, you feel your whole person fade, as she is no longer considered a creature and falls dead on the ground.
Good job, guys.
Charlie, what do we do?
Just roll a 1 on it, just say.
Doesn't get death saves.
Damn.
Doesn't play a character.
Charlie.
Everything alright down there? The civilian standing in the area.
Don't distract her. The people, let me do my thing.
Oh no.
Just a drunken lad. We're trying to take care of him.
Can you give me a deception check, please?
Oh no.
You got this, buddy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the tray. That's a 22.
Oh, lucky. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I understand. End of the week. Have a nice one. Good
Yeah,
luck.
you too.
I'm going
They
to,
take off.
for all intents and purposes, I'm going to loot this person. I'm taking their
You're in
brooch.
signal.
Yeah.
I'm taking that. I am taking their cloak off and to get ready to put it over top of them. But I am checking their armor, their weaponry. I'm seeing what level are these guys rocking. What are they doing?
You take the cloak from them. You can see on her back is a large shield that was hidden under the cloak. They're in full chainmail, dark iron chains and purple stained metallics. This almost full plate if it wasn't chain. There is what looks like it was a warhammer under the cloak as well. This big relative to her 4-foot stature, large double-headed hammer that was hidden under the cloak. She had on her 12 gold, but otherwise does not seem to have any belongings. And you get the brooch.
Get the brooch. I guess I'll take the,
Can't wait for this conversation.
I'll take the gold. I'll put your rating.
Yeah.
I'll take the gold because I'm poor.
Yeah.
I will say, Lily, as you watch Strider looting through and checking if they had anything magical, kind of seeing what's going on with this person, you'll see that his hands are shaking a bit.
Oh.
I don't have the room to speak right now. Give me a moment. I'll put the thing away. I'll take my bolt out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll wipe it on its cloth, and I'll put it back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my sword away. What is the nearest places that I know? What are the closest, like, shops or thievery places that I might know around?
Thievery places.
Let me get rid of this stuff.
Worth noting, just for the sake of it, you've popped into an alley, and on the opposite side of that road is the housing block that contains Darren's house, the assistant to the Silken Stitch.
Oh.
So you're in a relatively populated area. You are pretty much between the Silken Stitch and the Seam Forge. What are you after here?
I'm just seeing if I know any hideouts or sketchy people around that I know would do a favor for a coin or something. I'm trying to rattle my brain for an answer.
Give me an intelligence check. Yeah.
13.
13. I mean, there's not really anyone that you can think of. You know, there's a few abandoned buildings nearby, but no individuals that would be able to help you out necessarily.
How close are the abandoned buildings?
If you could get this body essentially through 3 or 4 alleyways into some of the more decrepit housing areas a little south in the city.
Are there any guards nearby?
Do you want to run out to the end of the alley to have a look?
Yeah, I'll just double check.
I'm so glad I wasn't with you guys.
Give
That
me a
would look
perception check.
real bad. Oh.
It's falling apart.
And it took how long for that to fall apart?
15.
15. You can see a Legion member with one of the stone wardens walking alongside them, patrolling the street.
Oh, yes.
Lily? I'll go back to Lily.
I got it. I
Oh, no.
rip off some of my leathers and wrap it around the leg wound that she got. And I'm gonna take the third serve that I got from Strider and like pour it around her mouth to make it look like she puked.
Okay.
And then what the damage she got from Strider on her head, is it like profusely bleeding or was it just like a
donk.
donk?
Yeah, I'd say that there would be like an egg, like a big bruise that's like slightly split and bleeding from the forehead.
Okay. Here's how it's gonna go down. You're gonna carry the body and make it look like she got drunk, keep the hood on her, but just say if anyone's curious that she got too drunk, blacked out, was in a fight, and now we're taking her back home. Do you follow me?
I do, but I was just gonna say you go at one end and I'll whisper to a guard and hide. And
What?
the guard can find the body. I'll be like, there was a murder, and I'll just tuck away.
Oh, that's...
But that'll lead us to suspicion as we are the ones who were close to the body during that time.
Alright, if you want to do this, but if we get caught, it doesn't go down easy.
I'm gonna have to
Just
bust
carry
you
it
guys
on
out
the
of jail.
Just make it, just...
Is a dwarven-sized person smaller than this table?
Yeah.
Can you move your illusions?
I mean, it'll last a minute, but then I'll have to recast it every time.
How far, if I was to, like, be carrying the body with an illusion of my arms not carrying something?
Let me check.
I'm loving this.
They are still considered medium, so you'd be at half speed.
How long would it take to get to an abandoned building?
Probably be maybe 120 feet to duck through the alleys to one of the buildings nearby that you know's.
But listen, on a minute.
And what would your speed be if it was halved?
Half of 30.
So 15. Yes. If you could essentially non-stop walk, it would be just under a minute. The 8 rounds.
To push the facade further as a well, not really self-sacrifice, but something that Lily doesn't like doing. She's going to forcefully throw up as to create a smell of that she did in fact puke.
Okay. Alright, then as we're moving forward, can I get a performance check from you for this whole...
I'm just walking.
Yeah. For this whole setup before you guys start.
Wait. Wait, I need to double check the thing.
Can I quickly check check the corners if they have anyone else following us or looking around? So finding one. Nat 20.
Nat 20. This was a lone scout.
Okay.
There's a 10.
10. Alright. Yeah, so you are setting the body up, putting the hood back on, passing them to Strider, forcing yourself to throw up to further the illusion. And what is yours? Are you casting an illusion in this moment?
What are my minor illusions?
I thought we're gonna get rid of the one and just make it disappear. But now we're going with this, so
Oh, well, I was gonna have you carry her on your back.
yeah, but could you just like illusion her to not be there?
What?
We-
I mean,
Well, now we've already gone this far. Just make it look like they're moving around and be like, "Ugh." Just make it look like they're alive and not
oh, right, okay, got
dead.
you. And you're still carrying her on your back.
I was gonna carry them like this, but like,
I feel like it'll be more, like,
Carry them like
convincing. Sure.
Okay. Then, when I get deception from you,
I'll put it
and
on.
from Lily, either. Either Arcana or Deception.
19 for deception.
Okay.
That is another 22
Okay.
for deception.
Okay. So as you're walking, as you're holding this spell up, is there anything else that Lily is doing to help sell this moment?
I think she's just gonna be like patting the body on the back, be like, "Don't worry, we're almost home. It's like just stay with us."
God no!
I think Strider helps sells it by not even acting, but his like slight paleness that's happened and like the bit of shaking looks like he's not wanting to be near the vomit that's on him. So his natural state currently is probably helping.
Okay. Then as you start setting this up, you can hear that stone warden approaching the end of the alleyway. And as you start walking the opposite direction further into this building block, you can see that Iron Legion guard in the half plate and red adornments. You can see that their shoulder pads are decorated with the symbol of the lion of the Legion, denoting them as a higher ranking member, a kind of early 30s male, short blonde hair, looks very military. You can see has a large polearm on their back, as opposed to an axe or a sword like the other members. Kind of looks down the alley, gives a bit of a look. Lily, you'd catch out of the corner of your eye as he looks a little suspiciously down the alleyway, but then sees the two of you carrying a drunken friend home for the evening. Just kind of gives a nod and continues down the street and just calls out to some random passerby, just, "Oi, slow down!" Kind of continues forward.
Going.
Alright. Continuing forward.
Just ready to say a word.
Eventually you get to the front door of one of the more abandoned-looking houses. The door's, like, slightly ajar. The windows have long, mildewed curtains that are covering the windows.
Are there many people around still?
Not in the alleyway, but this is kind of at the backs of a bunch of buildings. So you can see that, like, 5 doors in each direction. It's like there is light on inside these buildings, but kind of these 3 or 4 in the middle here are abandoned.
Stop.
You can see a house that looks unlived in. There's no furniture in here, cobwebs in the corners, curtains that have been drawn for months, just because no one's moved in.
Can I, like, place my foot on certain floor tiles and see if there's any, like, secret or loose areas underneath?
Give me an investigation check.
21.
21. Walking around and kind of testing the floor a little bit, you get into one of what looks like it was once the bedrooms. There's like a large patch on the floor that isn't quite as stained as the rest where a bed used to be. Kind of feeling around, you find a loose floorboard. You kind of have a look and you can see, or you can feel like the faintest wind coming through. And kind of looking around, you can find a latch trapdoor that looks like it leads under the house.
On my glowing dagger, I'm gonna latch. I'm gonna look under real quick.
Yeah. Kind of look down, and it looks more like a storage room. Like you'd have to crawl down and crouch. But you can see a few racks that look like they still have bottles of some description kind of stored down here, but you could maybe fit 2 people down here if you were like crouched.
I'm gonna put the body in there,
Yeah.
and I'm going to close the hatch. We need to fix this mess. There are 2 ways we can go about it. Well, we need to tell S, but I don't think he will be able to do anything.
What will we even say?
Don't know. We need to go anyway. Strider will walk to the door, and as it opens it, he'll just like punch like the brick wall part, and then continue walking. S is in the stone area.
Yeah, he's in the lowest one.
Lou, how close is he?
Entrance to the tea shop is also in the low stone. It's a bit further than Sebastian's office.
Do I know if Sebastian has resources to deal with this without being caught, or?
Not personally, but he would probably know someone that would deal with individuals that have passed, but not necessarily like covering up acts of murder necessarily.
Oh no.
I have a place that might be able to deal with this.
What place is that?
It's a place that just does things that others won't. I'm not sure, but it's worth an ask. Strider will put his hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry that you had to see that and be a part of it. Wasn't my intention to have them end up like that. They seemed powerful, so I thought I had to get the second hit in before they could retaliate.
We could have just turned them off. Question them.
I was just gonna knock them out and then take them some question. No one's perfect, even I make mistakes and start hitting up. to the Stone District.
At this point, the traffic on the streets would be starting to die down as everyone's in their homes, probably 6 or 7 at night. You're going to start making your way up to the low stone.
Yep.
What's Lily doing?
Guess I'm coming along.
Till death do us part. What happens in Argentum stays in Argentum.
Wait, are you still able to access the stone?
No. But I'm hoping that
Let's
this
see,
Strider
Bess.
will advocate for me.
I don't know, man.
Nah, I got it.
Okay.
At least I have the Argentine seal. Oh, I've got S's seal.
Well, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Lily.
Counts. Important.
Lily's gonna get jumped. Like, she's gonna walk back to Oakworm Inn and she's gonna get jumped.
Alright.
Well, if Lily's following me, I'll be like,
Alright. And as you two make your way there, what's Yorna doing after her excursion?
Just chatted with a guard, you know. I'm gonna make my way. I can't remember. You guys said that you were going where when I left? I can't remember.
We were going to
We were
the
gonna go to
leather shop.
the leather shop,
Ah,
which we
twisted.
didn't even.
Okay, so I will go to the leather shop
Alright.
in the hopes that I can bump into Strider and Strider and wrong person. Strider and Lily. And if I don't see them there, I'm gonna go back to the Oakworm Inn to see if they're there instead.
Okay.
I'm just looking for them so that I can say, okay, let's continue this tomorrow, and I was gonna head back on after that. So I'm gonna look for them.
So you'll be walking around till quite late then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. You start making your way back down. The two of you, continuing through, eventually make it back to the stairs to the low stone. You can see the guards on duty but swapping shifts. Swapping over, taking their positions. Evening.
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 Everything alright?
Yes, just late. No, I'll show my pass. My friend here is new to the city and is also working for us at the Argentimes at the moment.
That's right.
She's gotten 2 day passes in a row. We're still working on getting her a permanent fix. Do you think you could give her another day pass?
Can I get a persuasion from you, and you can take advantage?
Yeah.
Lily's help.
That's a higher rule. 19.
19. Sorry, no can do.
Oh, shit.
Damn, that was a 20 probably. I was gonna say you've gotten her so many day passes already.
I do have some business with one of the brothels. I applied to work there, and I need to give in this application.
Can I get one more persuasion check from you?
You what?
I was waiting for the when she said brothel.
Really changes how I see you.
what was it? What was I rolling for? Persuasion?
Yeah, this doesn't necessarily
Okay,
feel
cool.
like deception. This is
17.
17. I'm afraid you'll need a recommendation or someone with more authority to escort you into the Lowstone.
I realize that it's important for me to get up there. And I'm sure you have your own reasons. However, there's a chance that you're right. Give us a minute, guard. There's a minute. There's a chance that Yorna heads back to find us. If you want to go meet up with her and let her know what's happened, I can deal with the consequences.
Do you want me to stay at Oak Room?
Maybe go to the leather shop first.
That's still in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Or... Okay.
And I'll heading to Sebastian instead, without saying.
All right. Then you get probably halfway to. Where are you heading?
I was going to the leather shop to see if they were still there, and if they weren't, I was
You
going
would
to
have
go.
gone that way. You make your way through the Lowstone, through this housing district. A few wealthier individuals that seem to be coming from days of work in the High Stone, kind of de-stressing in their various guild attire and business uniform. Moving through till eventually you make yourself present at Sebastian's office.
I will, for the first time, probably in a long time, knock.
Give a knock. A couple moments pass till you hear footsteps. Sec.
A hooded figure with a brooch approaches the door.
God.
Okay, I'll pull up.
I'd like to say that it was like a sick approach to how we like grabbed him and like caught on to him.
It started so good.
It was really good
It was
plan.
going
It
so
was a
well.
solid
We were
plan.
going to get so many answers. We were going to question him to
And
death.
they had
shut
to
up.
die.
And then she died.
Not my attention.
Sometimes it just doesn't go the way we want it to go. You know, it happens. Lives were lost.
A few moments pass, you hear footsteps. Till eventually the door creaks open. You hear a familiar voice that is not Sebastian's. I'm sorry, who's there?
Strider.
You're all right, you never knock. And she will open the door.
Oh no!
You
He has
can,
something wrong.
you can see a familiar individual before you. Similar height to Sebastian.
It's all gone down now.
Not a nightgown, but a flowing overdress. A kind of almost somewhere between a salmon and a maroon color. Exposing her shoulders and arms, a deep cut across her chest. Her almost lavender pink skin that reveals a stunning young woman's face. Refined glasses and her hair pulled back in a ponytail, also a vibrant purple that kind of falls over one eye. And her purple skin pushes into twisted horns that pull back as the familiar female tiefling greets you at the door.
It's a tiefling. No wonder she sounds beautiful.
Is it safe inside?
Of course. Come in. She'll usher you in and closes the door with her tail.
I will drop my swords at, like in the like if there was like a place to put your umbrellas.
Yeah,
I
100%.
put my swords there, and for once I drop my crossbow in there.
Yeah.
Now I'll just go find somewhere to lay down.
Find somewhere to lay down. And Sally will head off into another room, and within a couple of minutes will bring you through a cup of hot tea and a glass of wine next to it. You sit them down. Your choice, hon.
You know what? And I'll sit back up and I'll actually grab the tea. I wish I could greet you nicer today, since it's been a while. But as much as I want to be angry and sad, we need to fix something that I fucked up. And I think we're gonna need S.
He'll be back in a moment. He was just out grabbing dinner.
You know, I've grown too used to fighting against monsters and creatures my whole life, but it doesn't train you for when you fight people, I guess. I always say that humans don't have high chance against monsters because they have claws and instincts that we don't have. But I guess when you get used to fighting them, fighting humans as well.
Kind of just sit on the sofa, far enough away that she's kind of out of your bubble, but close enough to lend an ear.
Part of me is actually mad at you because I tried to be like you today at a certain point. I need to get information, and I thought, well, normally it seems that I've been scaring people recently, so maybe I should try the whole charismatic thing. I hated it, and it did not work.
Should always play to your strengths, hon. That just happens to be mine.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Is there anything else I can get you?
No, just company is nice, thank you. I just feel like I saw a ghost. He is probably like rubbing his pants and just like drinking the tea and doing a lot of like he's not standing still.
Yeah, just fidgeting nervously, yeah. A little bit of time passes till eventually you hear the door open and Sebastian walks in. Well, they were out of the stag, so I... Oh! He kind of just sits down with the meals that he brought back. Everything all right?
Just try to get some more nervous now that S is here. You might want to sit down.
Sally stands up, pets him on the shoulder. I'll be in the other room if you need me. This feels like a difficult conversation. She'll kind of just leave, and you can get the sense that she's kind of just hinting for Sebastian to be gentle as she leaves. What happened? You look
Yeah.
of sorts.
I fucked up bad. We were getting tailed by some small, I don't know, I thought it was a dwarf at first. Wore this signet and I put the thing on the table.
We saw a similar thing on the way up.
I was, you know me, straight to action. I knew that it would be best to use this to our advantage and try to gain information, so we took a left turn, hid, used some magic to trick them to think that we turned another corner, jumped him. I got some answers, but he went to break out and attack. We used some magic to hold him there, and I attempted to knock them out so that we could bring him here, maybe somewhere to question. And I broke one of my rules, and now I've killed the first person that I've ever killed. It wasn't my intention. I mean that. I just wanted to question, but I've grown too used to, I guess, life or death against these creatures that maybe I've dulled my instincts when it comes to the strength of enemies, but that's just an excuse.
I'm sorry. I've been in the situation if it wasn't for me.
It's not your fault. I should have thought more about it. I just made more mistakes than I thought I would.
You know what they wanted?
They wanted us to stop snooping. They are not the ones that stole the machine. They are a small group that is doing a favor, or they said they owed them something. It's hard to think about it now with everything going on, but I do remember them saying that they were promised some of the fuel because they found it was useful, like I did. When I asked if the person was a noble, they definitely said no. They laughed at the idea of a noble caring about people.
Yes.
So it's not a noble, and they're in league with this small group.
Doing a favor for someone.
And I think when I asked who the person is that's disguising, and they kind of just laughed and said, I know less than it's like I act to. So I don't think it would be someone of high regard now, but it seemed like their favor was chipped in. They were getting their reward, and they were just telling people not to look into it. So it seems that they were more looking out for themselves this time. I don't know if it was an order, but it doesn't seem like it.
Curious.
Also, the race of the people, they weren't dwarven. They looked dwarvish, but they were grey, purplish, white hair, potentially.
I've seen a few of their folks around. There was some, not sure if you heard, probably did, cosmic happenings a while back. Some once unexplorable places beneath the surface were opened up. These are deep folk from somewhere under the surface. Wagar.
I heard slight rumors of it, but I wasn't quite sure on the truth of that tale.
Some
Well,
interesting folks around nowadays.
whatever they are some sort of organization. Maybe not. To my memory, I've never seen it before, but they are a group at least. And somehow they know we were on the trail. But I can guarantee you, whenever I was with the group, we didn't give it away.
Must be keeping a closer eye than we thought. At least we know you're on the right path now.
Yeah. I feel bad for Lily because she was there when it happened. And she's kind of new to this whole thing as well. I think Lily might be having money trouble. She apparently had a piece of paper to work at a brothel up here. I don't know if it's a way to get a pass to get into here, but I don't know. This didn't seem like her
Do you
thing.
know where this was for?
Do I remember the massive logo that they had printed on the paper? That said Taco Bell.
Taco Bell!
You're about to strip at Taco Bell.
Oh no!
Oh.
Come here, honey, unwrap that burrito.
Help me. Let's do a retcon wisdom check.
Retcon this?
No, we didn't do it in the moment.
No.
Oh.
21?
21. Yes, you would have seen. The only reason you would have caught it is because you see the building moving from the Ring of Earth to Sebastian's office. It's like halfway on the way. Sweet something.
I see it right out the window. Sweet somethings, I think.
Well, at least it's the more respectable one.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think, she doesn't seem like someone that would... I'm not really, as you know, the person that tends to take towards people, but I don't know. Something about her seems innocent, and just want to watch out for her.
Make sure that you do.
I sent her to meet up at the place Yorna was supposed to meet us while I came in.
Good. It's best to at least try and stick together a little bit if there's people on your trail for now.
I know I came here with sad news, and I don't think I can see the others until tomorrow, or even act right now myself. But if you need, I can go to the tea house. Maybe they can do something. I don't know if they know people, but they might be able to move without notice.
Either that, or I give it a couple of days and just let someone know that there was an anonymous tip.
Can't do that, but we had to hide the body because it was, sadly, we were stuck in the middle of town. We found the abandoned building on Marker Street Avenue,
All right.
and it's in the bedroom. There's a hidden thing. It's up to you how we want to play, if you think it'll go down better like that. But we were seen carrying them drunk with vomit.
I'm sure if there is a Dwagar casualty in the city, it's probably less likely to arouse public interest. Up to you. If you want me to try and deal with it quietly, I can do what I can. Otherwise,
If you think dealing with quietly is better, we can do that. I don't really want to see what Lou asks me in return for something like this.
of course.
But maybe I should pay their price. Who knows?
Kind of walks over and just doesn't look at you, but just kind of stands side by side if you're looking that way, and looking over your just kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. Hey, we all fuck up. Sometimes it just takes a real bad one to know when to make some changes.
Yeah. Thank you for being here for me, for everything, beginning and now this.
Of course.
I think do it quietly. There was one guard that saw us carrying the body. He didn't think anything of it, but if anyone's going to remember, it was this the lion thing here. He had a lance. He looked kind of higher up.
Yet. All right. Yeah.
If
okay.
it's who I think it is.
I'll try and keep it away from his ears.
If it's easy to go by Lou, I can't do that.
No, I can manage this one.
All right.
Hey, this doesn't happen again.
Yes, that one. I learned that piercing damage doesn't knock people out.
Really?
You need a bed, or are you gonna make your way home?
I'll sit here.
We'll go about sitting up place as we shift tones to the two of you.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I'm fine and dandy as far as I know. You guys are chilling out. I'm just, oh
I
no.
wonder what Stranger you're up to.
I wonder what kind of information they've gotten.
To be fair, put it into perspective. Like, last campaign, we killed a lot of people. Bad people. This person was a bad person, but, like, you know, that's how you
I
take
think
it.
what makes it hurt is the fact that you didn't intend for them to just die, and Strider's, like, reaction to it is honestly breaking my heart. It's so sad. Like, oh.
Now he's a storm cloud.
Now he's like, he was a rain cloud, now he's a storm cloud. Alright, I'm going to the workers' store.
And you make your way down the kind of secondary staircase in the low stone. down past kind of some of the poorer housing and the Ring of Earth and make your way around to the Seam Forge. As you do, you see Lily approaching. What does Lily look like from across the road?
I would say like her eyes and like are just like very tired looking.
Ah,
Oh, you're back so soon.
well, yes. Everything all right? I thought I'd find you guys about wrapping up here. In fact, where is Strider?
He went to talk to S just about some stuff.
Oh,
He told me to continue going to the leatherworks.
well, I highly... is it open? It'd be closed now.
It's like 7:30 at night. Lights
Yeah.
are off, doors locked.
I will say you didn't know I was going to ask. I said I was going to some person.
Yes.
Some person.
All right, well, I trust he knows what he's doing. Well, that's closed now. I mostly came here to check if you guys were still milling about. I was gonna head back to Oakworm Inn, but I found you, and Strider's off.
I was still going to knock and see if anyone's home.
I don't think we should bother them.
Okay.
It's best to come back later. So what is the plan for tomorrow? Are we meeting up at the Oakworm Inn?
Yeah, I think we are. And then
Alright.
continuing finding more clues.
So, what were you guys up to then, if not here?
We ran into some trouble. And then stuff happened and now we're fine.
I'd like some specifics, if that's alright.
Apparently we're getting followed by a hooded person. And then we were able to lose them. And then we were heading back to the leatherworks. And then stuff happened with the hooded person. And then bad stuff.
Okay, where's this hooded person now? It's funny you should say it, but gone. Gone how?
Literally.
Did you...
Strider took him. He told me to leave.
like, kill?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll ask him tomorrow.
It's making me sound really bad.
Just as long as you guys are okay and... Alright, we can talk about this tomorrow. You seem a bit...
I was just really worried.
Okay, well, again, we can talk about it tomorrow. Don't worry about it for now, because I think we should discuss this person, as I think I was followed as well by maybe similar person, same person even. I don't know. It's
Same
definitely
person?
worth. Well, I mean, it could have been another person from the same organization. I don't know much.
Did they wear like black hoods?
Black hood, short, wore a brooch of some sort, like a half circle.
Yeah, we encountered a similar person.
Maybe of the same organization. Maybe not the same person, but maybe,
They work together?
I don't know. There's a lot we don't know. New stuff. We can discuss it tomorrow when we're all reconvened. I felt that on my foot. Thanks. You look like you need rest, so I'll walk you back.
I'm
Yeah,
very tired.
I'll walk you back, and I'll walk Lily back to the Oakworm Inn. And then once I know that she's safe at the Oakworm Inn, I will head to my home. And when I do, I'm going to keep an eye out in case anyone else of this organization is following me now.
Totally. All right. Then you drop Lily off. Can I get a perception check as you make your way back to your house?
Who knows? Nat one.
You're a bit busy thinking.
Yeah, that's fair. Seems like a lot happened while I was up questioning a singular guard that was not impressed with me, so I'm going home, and for dinner we're just gonna have some roast veggies with something.
All right.
We're having dinner, we're turning in.
Then you make your way back to your house after you've done probably 2 full loops around the city.
Oh yeah, I've been walking. These legs have seen a lot of walking.
Make your way back to your home tucked away in near the Grand Gardens. Is there anything anyone is doing this evening before you rest?
Yes.
Real quick, I check the gardens.
To what extent?
Any signs of corruption showing up at the stem of some of the plants that are close to my house? Like just keeping tabs on the gardens.
Give me a nature check.
I just want to be there as soon as it happens. If it happens, you never know. 23.
23. Walking around, you know you're only 5 or 6 days out from the festival, from the spring equinox. Usually by this point, the bioluminescent flowers, the ones that give that faint glow, they should be a little brighter this close to the spring equinox, but they don't seem to have started growing in intensity yet.
Alright, I'll make a mental note of that and turn in for the night. That's all I'm doing today.
Sweet. Let's write it.
After washing my hands profusely,
Yeah.
I will knock on Sally's door.
Mm-hmm. Yes, son?
I need a favor for someone with your expertise in
I think I know where this conversation's going.
can you give me a haircut?
Isn't your hair already pretty short? No, it's not.
Happily.
And Strider will get he'll keep the length of his hair and kind of the current style, but you know when like people have the cool shaved under and it droops over the undershave?
Mm-hmm.
The K-pop look.
Yeah.
He gets the sides and back shape, but keeps the top hair going over it.
Then just kind of with some subtle incense in the corner and a bit of lantern light in this room, Sally will start helping, give a haircut. Will lend you an ear and conversation if you want one, but will remain quiet otherwise.
I think Strider would just ask her to kind of tell him a story about maybe when she was his age or what she was up to, stuff like that.
Then she would likely start recounting stories of trying to get into the protective ranks of the city. Trying to work her way through the guard and into the Legion, but ultimately deciding it wasn't for her. Finding Sebastian and making a new story for herself.
Well, if you ask me, the Iron Legion didn't deserve someone like you anyway.
I appreciate that.
People always all have their destiny, and I guess what they're kind of meant to do. It's up to someone to follow it. So, done a good job.
And for some of us, it isn't flattering.
Yes. Yeah. I guess that was the first time I've ever attempted such a thing, so.
We'll get better with time.
Zero practice. I don't tend to practice.
I'm sure you'll find a reason one day or another.
We'll see.
Oh no!
Shall we go about that calmly? Is there anything Lily's doing in that evening?
I would say she is not able to like meditate or sleep that
Aw.
entire night.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Alright. And as you all, at the very least, reside in your rooms. Take a bit of time to rest up, those that think they can get rest. Everyone can mark off a gold piece for living within the city.
Ah, yes.
This is a eraser. I got one. I've got a cooler one now.
Oh, too bad. Take mine.
Dual wielding.
Domain expansion.
Combine
you're like
the red and the blue one. Yeah, it's a Jujutsu Kaisen reference.
You like it?
I do like your hand up.
Wait,
Camel.
what the fuck?
I didn't pull it off. It just
What are you breaking my
breaking
shit?
everything.
All right, guys, calm down over here. Calm down.
All right.
Yeah.
As morning comes, what is everyone's plans for the morning?
Cock-a-doodle-doo. I'm gonna go to the Oakworm Inn early morning to see if people reconvene, because I was under the impression that we might meet at Oakworm Inn in the morning.
I show up probably after Yorna this time, and I'll show up with 2 swords, my crossbow on my back, but I will not have my cape with me.
Okay.
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 Lily is currently unaware that it is morning and is still awake in her bedroom.
I wanna talk to Strider when he gets here.
Before I get there, can I stop at? Is there a place that sells like bouquets?
Oh, flower shop.
Yeah. You want to go that direction? Taking the other staircase down into the ring of earth.
It could be why I'm late.
Making your way past Mason's wood shop and down kind of through that shopping district on the right hand side of the city. Passing by Buffer's Bouquets, a florist and herbalist shop.
It'd be run by a kid.
Oh my gosh, yeah!
Dude, he's older now.
And moved continent.
He started his own bouquet shop, please. Please.
Is it inside or like a nice?
There's like a
Oh.
stall front that kind of pushes back into a counter area.
Excuse me. You work here?
You can see this probably like a teenaged half-elf female standing behind us. Yeah, can I help?
Yes, I'm looking to get a bouquet, but you seem to have plenty.
What are you after?
What do you recommend? I'm not good at this.
What's the occasion?
Apology?
Oh no, guy with the
Sad flowers.
Sad.
I know everything about that. She will gesture over.
Just give it a quick Google. Google's gonna try and like sell you chocolates next.
Right. Gives a bit of a knowing smile and just gestures over to a lovely bouquet kind of wrapped in a pink paper, but a mix of white tulips and orchids. Something like that.
Second thought, do you have any lilies?
Of course. Oh,
There are different colors.
yes.
Did you pick the right one?
Shit. What colors are there, please? If there's a whole spectrum, that's gonna take a...
Whites, pinks, and yellows mostly.
Oh, fuck.
Apology.
Sorry.
Yes.
White, pinks, yellows.
Yes.
You don't have green. No, that's not one. Alright, cool. White, please.
False.
Yellow, please. Oh, wait. Yes, yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, so...
The 18.
Do you also have any, like a smaller batch, but, like, orange and red kind of ones? Like, maybe, like, red to orange or orange to red, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get those too.
Alright. One bunch or separate?
Separate.
Okay. That'll be... call it a gold piece for the two.
Thank you. And I will give them a gold piece.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, okay, I'll hold them to one.
I love as soon as you are like, apology, she's like, oh.
I will probably bring my cape actually, but it's like more on my shoulder. Right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like... Yeah.
I'll go to the meetup.
Alright, make your way to the Oakworm Inn.
Oh, come on in.
Alright.
You can see the others. No.
I'm set.
Yorna's sat alone.
I will walk up to Yorna. Head down.
Good morning.
Good morning. These ones are for you.
Oh.
They're an apology. And I'll get to that in a second. Where is Lily?
I don't know. I'm expecting her though to come down any minute now, probably.
She might not. Stay here. I'm gonna go find her.
Okay.
There'll be explanation with those.
Good.
A card
Thanks.
costs too much.
I mean,
And I couldn't fit it on a card.
they smell lovely.
I don't know what they are. They just were orange and red, and I felt like that was your aura. That's what people say. I don't know.
They are lovely. Thank you.
And I go and ask the lady at the counter if I could get Lily's room number.
I'm just waiting for her to see you with flowers, asking for Lily's room number.
Actually, yeah, what do you say as you approach her?
I'm gonna look at her, look at the flowers, look at her, and be like, "These are not for you." And where's Lily staying? She's not up. I just want to wake her up.
I get just a general charisma check. Yeah, just for her to...
My
Surely advantage because of the flowers.
charisma. Well,
Oh,
my base riz is 12.
Room 203.
Thank you. I go to room 203. It's Strider. I know this is the room you're staying in. The lady at the counter said so.
Leave me alone.
It's the door unlocked or locked?
It'll be locked up.
Locked.
You don't have to come out, but at least open the door so I can put something in your room. I see yours. It's just like
I would say I would just like have opened the door for you and went back to sitting on the bed.
I'm really awful at these things. I apologize. I haven't been around many people in my life. And what happened last night wasn't your fault, it was mine. I made a wrong call and messed up what I was doing. It's all fixed now. Well, not fixed, but taken care of at least. And I just don't know how to feel, and I know that must mean you feel the same. So if it helps any, these are for you, and I will put it on the floor and just slide it, and then close the door.
I get it. Welcome to the yelling, right? She picks them up. At least they're lilies.
Damn it. You're so close. Alright, first time.
Oh, then she can't be that basic.
I would say she like takes a deep breath and just bottles up the courage and just walks down.
Sit down. The reason for those is because, I'd say, but, we were tailed by someone.
Yeah, I was talking to Lily about it yesterday. I was also tailed by someone.
However, I thought that it would be best for us to get information, so we tricked him into walking past us, cornered him, got some answers, at least. He went to kind of escape attack, right? Like he was like escaping.
He tried to get out of your grapple, essentially.
She tried to escape. We held her there, and I thought best to knock her out and question her. But I guess I haven't fought enough people to know how to do that correctly, and I messed up. And they...
It's okay, you don't have to say it. I think I know what.
S is handling it quietly, doing the best he can. There's just one guard that he has to kind of keep it away from, because one guard did see us with a drunk body. Some person with a lance and like a kind of like a lion thing, but like, yeah.
Do I know who this is?
You would know this.
Looks pretty cool.
It is Tynan. You're stuffed. No.
The flowers, because I'm not used to being around people, and has helped me a lot. And I was talking to a friend of mine. It's weird to say that I have friends, but I was talking to a friend of mine. Why she was giving me a haircut, and kind of helped me realize that maybe I don't know how to use my words to apologize or speak to people well. But I remember seeing people give flowers to people when they were upset or wanted to apologize. So it's kind of what I did. I don't know anything about flowers. I knew Lily's name was Lilies, and then I fucking learned that there's 3 colors of lilies. I thought they were white ones with a bit of yellow in them. Those are just normal flowers. But...
I believe lilies represent renewal and fertility, so...
It kind of works out. I have no idea what those are. I asked for orange and red.
They are lovely, thank you. I appreciate that you went to this effort, but you don't need to apologize to me.
Have you ever,
Killed someone?
Yeah, I guess you're a guard. Sometimes it might happen.
Like, I've killed monsters, but I don't think I've taken out a person.
Not my thing.
No, just... knocking out is probably the furthest I've gone, but...
It's. I know it's dumb for me to over stress about, but there are adventurers that kill mercenaries and like bandits all the time. But to me, that's always something I try to not do, because killing monsters is different.
No, I get where you're coming from, and you're young. You haven't seen as much of the world as, I mean, I have. Or a lot of people haven't. Killing someone. And I'll say it with a very hushed tone, it's not great, and I can't imagine how it feels, but...
Being young doesn't mean I've not seen enough. I feel like I've seen enough for a lifetime already.
Just try...
That's fine. I promised that I wouldn't do it again, and I'm gonna
Well,
renew
that's good.
that promise. And that's why I got the haircut, and just to feel a little less weight off my shoulders. I think we need to be mindful of Lily being a new adventurer, and going through that. Even though it was my blows that did it, I guess her spell did have a hold on them at the time,
Yeah,
so she might feel responsible.
I think doing the act is bad enough, but I think witnessing it is also takes a toll.
I also think she needs money. We were going to this stone district, and she had like a workers form filled out. Well,
Oh,
it doesn't really seem her style, but
well, I mean, she's a performer, is she not?
yeah, but like our brothel was just like
I mean,
sex and drinks.
I mean,
dear.
I
Oh, no.
don't. I mean, there might be more to them. There could be singing as well. She could just be there, part of the band. You know, who can have a lovely dance without some good music?
That's true. Just trying to look out for him.
Yeah, of
Truthfully, we
course.
might get paid today. I don't really know when we're getting paid, but
And just, you know, tell me if you're not doing great, and I'll try and help out where I can, even if it's just to listen. Just let me know.
I appreciate it. Did you say you were followed?
I was. I think probably same person, as I talked to Lily about it, and I saw this brooch and it had spikes coming off of it. She saw that you guys saw the same thing.
Would I have kept it from? I got it after S.
Up to you.
I think I would have taken it. I pulled it out.
That one.
What time do you think that happened for you?
It was when I was going up to, and that would have been what, like 7 p.m. No, that was when I went back there. It was
'Cause
like 6:30.
I noticed them tailing 15 minutes into walking, and we left at the same time.
Could be multiple people.
I think it's a group, but my worry is we didn't, to my knowledge, when we were all together, we did not give ourselves away. So either someone we didn't realize was.
I don't think it would be hard to figure out. We're poking around if we went to the Silken Stitch, investigated,
Yeah, that's true.
went over here, then went back to the Silken Stitch, then went to the husband. It's not husband.
They're
The
pretty
sister.
stealthy too. They were full plate.
They were in chain.
Chain, their own chain. But they, I'm pretty good at catching things without looking, but they got past that part.
Sneaky.
They're higher than my passive perception of 18.
Either way, I think what we're dealing with has a lot more strings attached to it than we initially thought.
Can I look around and see if there's any of them around?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Like that one over the... 10.
Don't see anyone.
Well, once Lily gets down, maybe we should head to the leather. Yeah. At least question
Yes,
the red person.
we should. And I talked to the guard up at the watchtower. I mean, I got the answer that I kind of half expected, was that with so much going on for the Festival of Flowers, he didn't see any cargo out of the ordinary, and neither did he see the man.
These people, let's call it the Rising Sun for now, group, they...
Imagine we hit the nail on the head with the name and it is just the Rising Sun.
Yes, change it now. He said that, or she said that they weren't the ones that took, they were just doing a favor for the person that did. Can I try to remember if they slipped up in the conversation when they were talking about that? Did they say they were doing a favor for
They
him?
They said they were making good on a deal.
On a deal. At any point did they slip and say the deal was for a singular or a we or a group? A deal for them.
Would have said them, but you would have gotten through that conversation that they were talking about a singular individual.
Singular individual.
Well, if they had a deal going on, it was probably optimal for both of them that I was snooping around didn't turn anything up. Just a coincidental alliance between the two.
Alright, I'll put my cape back on. Lily.
How is she doing? She seemed very tired when I saw her yesterday.
She did not want to come down, so I just kind of opened the door past the flower.
No. Well, maybe we take it easy this morning. This sounds like it's been a lot. Maybe we take breakfast out to her. Do you think she'd appreciate that?
I don't think, if she's like me, I don't think she'll want to eat. If she doesn't come down, maybe we just let her rest for the day and we just go talk to the other men.
Yeah, we can at least leave a note with the innkeep so that she can let Lily know when she comes down.
As we look to the stairs, hoping.
Yeah, I come out.
Yay! Rejoice!
It's halfway through this letter.
Already!
Quick writer.
As I walk down, you'll see the lilies that Strider gave me and tied to the head of my lute.
Oh.
Just starts bawling.
This is really sweet.
Lily.
Yeah.
I hope they were the right ones. I did not know until maybe an hour ago that apparently there's more than one type of lily.
It seems like.
And but they have the same name, so I just grabbed the others. I was gonna grab the white ones, but then I was like,
And I have
They
no
seem
idea
like-
what to do with mine.
they just look too normal. So I was like, maybe they're like the common ones, and then the others were rarer.
Can I thread them into my shield? You know how I've got the
Aren't
cloth
you
on the front of it? Can I just tuck them in?
Ingredient?
Not flowers. Well, not ones that don't have any herbal reasonings. I don't think if you ate a lily you would gain any effects.
Probably nutrition.
I
name?
do know my flowers, but I'm not good at flowers. I'm good at plants.
Team name, the lilies.
We said no to the striders. We're not doing that. You want to be the yawners?
Yorna.
We can't call ourselves the flowers, because that's, not the same.
Yo, we into baking.
While we're on this subject, Lily here, her only job currently is this adventuring job, right? This is how to get paid.
Oh,
Yes.
are you doing okay for money?
Yeah, do you need gold or something?
What why?
Well, I happen to see gold.
Or
Looking for a job.
rather, this job that you are getting, do you feel like you need to get it so that you have a day pass, or not a day pass,
can
but a
enforce.
pass up
Oh,
to
well.
You can enforce too, you're...
No.
I'm sure it's a respectable establishment. I just want to make sure you're not getting into
It is
anything.
the nicer one, I heard.
Okay. Well,
I'm not being forced.
either way, we respect your decision, right?
Yeah.
But do let us know if you need help with finances, and I'm sure that I can.
That was very truthful from Strider. He just has not had a conversation like this before.
I'm fine with money. It's mainly for personal reasons. And I'm not having sex with people.
Okay, I didn't say it. All right, it was I
It
just didn't
seems
know.
like you are close-minded about those kind of things.
I have not been to a brothel.
I told
so I have no idea
him
what
that
they have.
people can just perform their music and the likes.
I know what they do there.
Either way, I respect your decision, and you can do whatever it is you want to do, and you can mind your own business. We don't have to stick our noses into
Yeah.
it. We were just making sure you were
Looking
okay.
out for the teammates and all that.
Got you. And also to answer your question, yes, it is a way of me getting to the stone ring as well.
Double whack.
That'd be handy because you can't get there anymore based on what that knight said.
I also don't think I can keep vouching for you.
No,
for
that
a
knight
day
was an
pass.
was it an Iron Legion or a knight?
It was
Who's
just a
that?
guard.
The guard at that would have let Lily in the stone
No, it was a legion, wasn't it?
when we were trying to go.
The Legion was there, but that was just a guard.
That guy was an asshole. I got a
Give me
19.
the name and I'll write.
I got a 19 on persuasion and failed. This guy's a piece of work.
Alright, well then I guess plan of attack would be to go to the leather workers shop.
I have a okay reputation with him because we had a little chat while he was fitting my armor.
That's good. Then maybe you want to talk to him.
Would you want to talk to him and then I talk to his dog?
Yeah.
Also, before we go, I came up with some ideas for team names.
Oh shoot, actual?
There's one.
There's one.
Oh, well, there's three.
Alright, let's hear them.
I cut the first one.
This is someone I said no
I'm
to
ready
already.
for these to be out of pocket.
I already
Let's
said
hear
no
it.
to one of them.
Now let's hear it.
First one. The bolt, the bird, and the brooch. Although I think the brooch might need to be changed now.
Wait.
We got that one. And then the crime killers.
These all are very
My personal favorite is the silver stick.
Why don't we one of it?
well we can
Sorry.
think about it. We still have
I'm
time.
open to other ideas.
Yes.
I like the silver things, but it's kind of like only I have silver weapons.
Well, that can be arranged. I can
Also,
probably
like-
get myself a silver weapon.
I feel like the stick can be a double entendre to both you want to end it.
Yeah. I don't like the killer one, and I don't want to be known as the bolt, the bird,
Yeah.
and the brooch. That's way too long. Like at least 3 words max.
The 3 Bs.
Can we please go to the leather store, man?
I'm already up with
I've had like 8 awkward conversations in the last 5 hours. I will go.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Go my swords and my pride.
Where?
All right.
Zuzu, it's your honor. Where?
Shit.
It's Shredder. Where?
Can you make your way out?
What was the place called?
It was. I would have written it down.
I've said
Yes.
Someone alive it.
The
Oh, I literally wrote it down like 5 seconds ago. The Seam Forge.
Steam Forge. That's an interesting name. I like
Pretty
it.
sick.
Forge.
Like S-E-E-M?
SEAM.
Like
a seam.
Oh, seam. I thought you said scene.
No.
Not the opposite of emo, I mean like looking.
All right. You start making your way towards the Seam Forge, the leatherworking and armors shop here in the Ring of Earth. As you do start this somewhat somber trip, I reckon we'll end the session there and pick up next time with whatever the rest of this investigation holds.
Yo!